I have kidnapped an alien civilization. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 101 America, West. A tall boy was riding a bicycle, and a boy with a school bag was sitting on the back seat. The tall boy kept making a beep beep sound from his mouth. Liemo felt that he was too embarrassed. Fortunately, the atmosphere in Yanda University was very open, and the students on the side of the road did not look at them strangely, and some girls even gave them a thumbs up. 10 minutes. The most embarrassing 10 minutes of Liemo's life passed just like that. Let's go. Our dormitory for class 4 is on the second floor. Daphne wanted to reach out to pull Liemo's hand, but he dodged it lightly. He decided to keep at least 5 centimeters away from this strange counselor in the future. Hello, classmates. Daphne directly pushed open a dormitory. There were 4 bunk beds in the dormitory room, with beds on the top and desks on the bottom. The desks were piled with books, and there was a huge cell structure diagram on the wall. Brother Fei is here, please sit down. Several students who were reading in the dormitory immediately put down their books, stood up and greeted them warmly. It seems that this counselor has a good reputation among students. No, Daphne waved his hand. Today I have a big happy event to tell you all. You should gather all the students in our class first, of course. Girls are not allowed. Come, sit down. Daphne helped Liemo move a chair. You are the protagonist today. Soon, the dormitory was crowded with students from class 4. Daphne saw that most people had arrived and said loudly, our class has welcomed a new student. Let's all cheer first. The classmates all started to applaud, and Daphne signaled Liemo with his eyes. Liemo was a little embarrassed, so he had to stand up and introduce himself. Hello everyone, I'm Liemo who chose to minor in biology. Liemo, are you the classmate who found Emo crossing? Someone in the crowd recognized him. I heard that Liemo is a classmate of our Yanda mathematics department. He was still discovered, and Liemo had to nod. The classmates in the class were all excited for a while. There is a great god transferred to our class. Liemo from Emo crossing. So awesome. Is this Liemo very famous? Daphne was a little confused when he saw his classmate's attitude. Then a classmate took out a newspaper and handed it to him. The newspaper had a large photo of Liemo, and it was written on the back, Chinese scientist. Daphne finally understood and said in surprise, great, boy, you are here to learn from me. Liemo touched his head and said with a smile, biology is just a minor. I'm a graduate student now. Daphne was not angry at his concealment, but clapped his hands and said, as long as you are admitted to class 4, you are my friend. This freshman meeting ended at Liemo's repeated requests. Daphne was ready to carry Liemo to the library on his bicycle, but he refused on the pretext of wanting to exercise. There were so many people in the library, and Liemo didn't have the face to ride a bicycle with Daphne. Liemo, who left the biology dormitory door with a beep, called Dayan's cell phone that was left in Xiaoshan laboratory. Is everything normal in the laboratory? Liemo asked. Dayan replied on the phone, everything is fine. Thank you too for your hard work, guarding there all day. Liemo felt that he cared too little about the laboratory, but he couldn't get away. Dayan replied, it's not hard. President Ren has sent a professional security team to move in. Professional security team? Liemo remembered that he had not made this request to President Ren. Was it just a good intention? After hanging up the phone, Liemo pondered for a moment. President Ren of China sent people to the laboratory without saying hello. This behavior made him feel that his privacy was violated, especially since there was an alien device running in the laboratory. Maybe it was time to organize his own team. The United States, the West. Professor Smith drove alone on a desolate road. He frowned and muttered from time to time, I'm doing this for country A, not committing a crime. He had driven more than 10 kilometers on this road and still hadn't reached the end. Suddenly, a roadblock appeared in the middle of the road ahead. Smith breathed a sigh of relief, opened the door, and got out of the car. He walked to the left side of the roadblock and opened a well-hidden box. Inside the box was a numeric keypad. Smith took out his cell phone and dialed a confidential number. The call was connected, but no one spoke. Only a mechanical female voice read out a set of numbers. He carefully entered the numbers into the keyboard, and the roadblock slowly rose. After successfully passing the roadblock, Professor Smith was on the road again. Through the rearview mirror, he saw that the roadblock had slowly fallen. He knew that, when he entered the password just now, at least 5 guns were pointed at him. Slowing down the car, he took the cell phone on the side, and took a look. Sure enough, there was no signal at all. The rumor was true. After passing the roadblock, he entered the satellite shielding area. At this time, the common food crops on the roadside had been replaced by weeds. Professor Smith regretted his visit a little. He wanted to go back, but he didn't know what he would face. Just as he was hesitating, the road came to an end. At the end of the road was a small white villa. Before he could stop the car, the door of the villa slowly opened. A young man in a black suit with headphones and sunglasses came up to greet them. He said into the headphones, "Boss, the guests are here." Then he walked up to Professor Smith and said, "Follow me." There were a few wild ducks swimming in the villa's swimming pool, and the quacking sound they made became the only sound in the villa. The young man pushed open the door of the villa and made a gesture of invitation. Professor Smith adjusted his tie and stepped into the door. An elderly man in his 70s was sitting in the hall with an 4th drip hanging on his arm. The door behind him closed silently, and the young man did not follow him in. The sunlight fell on the bohemian carpet, and the pattern was particularly clear. "Mr. J, I'm here," Professor Smith said softly to the old man who seemed to be asleep. The elderly man in his 70s slowly opened his eyes. The corners of his mouth moved a few times, and the voice finally came out, "Have you got the materials?" The voice was hoarse and harsh, as if it had a magic that penetrated people's hearts. Professor Smith shivered at the few short words, and he took out a document from his bag and handed it over. The old man did not open the file, but stared at him and asked, "Are you sure?" Professor Smith felt as if he was being stared at by a hungry wolf. He injured the fear in his heart, nodded and said, "I'm sure. Go away." The old man closed his eyes again and lay back in his chair. Professor Smith bowed and slowly backed out of the hall. Unconsciously, in just a few minutes, a lot of sweat appeared on his forehead. He took out a handkerchief and wiped it. Chapter 102 Surprise. Since the biology level of the learning assistance system has been upgraded to level 4 by Liemo, and he has the attribute of photographic memory, the knowledge in the biology textbook of the freshman year is too simple for him. In one morning, the desk of the library was piled with biology textbooks he had read. In the afternoon, Liemo borrowed all the biology textbooks he had learned in the freshman year. He decided to try his learning speed. Biology textbooks are all conceptual theories plus calculations, which is like a duck and water for him who graduated from the mathematics department. Before dinner, he had already printed all the biology textbooks of the freshman year in his mind. This mechanical memory is only limited to coping with exams. He is still far from being able to integrate and master. "Hey, Liemo, why is your mobile phone turned off?" Liemo, who was closing his eyes and adjusting at the desk, was gently pushed by someone. He opened his eyes and saw that the person who came was a graduate student of Professor Wu, who was also Liemo's senior. "My name is Zhang Wei. Professor Wu has something to ask you. Your mobile phone is turned off, so it's easy for me to find it." The senior spoke very concisely. Liemo took out the mobile phone in his pocket. Sure enough, the battery of the mobile phone was exhausted at some point. He had been muting in the library and didn't notice. Seeing that he didn't respond, senior brother Zhang Wei pulled him up and walked out. "Don't look at your phone. Professor Wu must be anxious." Liemo knew that Professor Wu was a very stable person. Something must have happened to make him so anxious to send senior brother out to find him. However, there were still so many biology books on his desk that needed to be sorted out. "Wait for me a moment." Liemo broke free from senior brother's hand, returned to the desk, simply sorted out the books on the table, returned them, and then carefully put his notes into his school bag. Seeing Liemo packing things slowly, Zhang Wei was a little depressed, but there was nothing he could do, so he had to urge, "Professor Wu is very anxious. Let's hurry up. I know, it will be ready soon." After doing all this, Liemo turned around and said to Zhang Wei, who was like an ant on the hot pot next to him, "Senior brother, we can go now." When Liemo followed Zhang Wei to Professor Wu's office, Professor Wu was pacing back and forth in the office. Seeing the two people coming in, Professor Wu poured a glass of water and slowly sat down at the desk. He took a sip of tea and said, "Zhang Wei, you go out first. I have something to discuss with your junior brother." "Yes." Zhang Wei retreated and then closed the office door. Professor Wu ignored Liemo, but put on his glasses, picked up a document on the desk and slowly read it. "Are you angry?" Liemo thought to himself. He stepped forward and explained softly, "Teacher Wu, I was reading in the library and didn't know that my phone was out of battery. An adult will not make excuses for his mistakes." Professor Wu's attitude softened a little and he took off his glasses and said. Liemo nodded repeatedly, "Yes, yes, I won't do it next time." Professor Wu stood up and handed over a document, smiling and said, "Maybe this is the last time I'm qualified to teach you a lesson. After the award ceremony is over, I think I will have to think twice before teaching you a lesson." Liemo didn't quite understand what he meant, but just took the document, which clearly read notice on Comrade Liemo's winning the National Natural Science Award. After flipping through it, it recorded the 2 world problems he solved, and finally the discovery of marxing, but there was no award marked in the document. The National Natural Science Award is the highest award given by China to citizens who have made major scientific discoveries in basic research and applied basic research, and have explained natural phenomena, characteristics, and laws. Although Liemo knew that the discovery of marxing would bring him many honors, he never wanted to get his hands on an award of this level. Because this award is generally given to academic leaders who have made major scientific discoveries, many of whom are well-known academicians of the 2 academies. How could he, a fledgling academic newcomer, win such an award? Liemo suppressed his excitement and looked at Professor Wu with a puzzled look. Professor Wu took another sip of water and said with a smile, "I didn't expect that the superiors would attach so much importance to the discovery of marxing this time." "Don't stare at me like that. This material was not made by me, but was sent directly by the comrades above. At that time, I felt about the same as you do now." Professor Wu knew what Liemo was thinking. TSK, to let an 18-year-old graduate student win the National Natural Science Award. This kind of courage is also extraordinary. Professor Wu's eyes were shining, as if he was a little younger. The setting sun was shining through the glass at this time, casting a golden hue on the office. Professor Wu drank 2 sips of water in succession, and seeing that Liemo was still staring at him, he felt that he should explain more, to prevent this stupid apprentice from doing something inappropriate. He waved his hand, and Liemo walked to the desk. Professor Wu said, "It is said that the competition for the Natural Science Award is very fierce this time. Our school also routinely reported you as a candidate. The discovery of the marxing can be said to be the most important astronomical discovery in our country in recent years, but your qualifications are too shallow. This year, 2 big men in physics and biology have made major breakthroughs, and the judges are arguing over who should be elected. So the names of all 3 of you were reported. They thought that the higher-ups would choose one of the other 2 as the winner of this year's award, but they didn't expect the list to be sent back. On the list, your name was circled, and there was a sentence written behind it. I don't know what it was. It is said that the handwriting is from this gentleman." Professor Wu dipped his finger in water and wrote a name on the table. Liemo took a closer look and was shocked. He often saw this old man on news programs. He didn't expect that his award this time was personally given by him. Professor Wu said with a little envy, "You have caught up with a good opportunity. Now the higher-ups attach great importance to young talents." Liemo was a little moved. He didn't expect that with so many national events every day, the old man was still so concerned about what happened in the scientific community. The award ceremony will be held on the 10th of next month. It is said that it will be broadcast live nationwide. You should be prepared. Professor Wu kept giving instructions. Liemo asked in confusion, "Prepare for what?" "Prepare." Professor Wu realized that he had never experienced a live award ceremony of this level. "You have never eaten pork, but you have never seen a pig run." Professor Wu thought of an idea. You should watch the award ceremonies of the past 2 years first. I guess the TV station will send someone to guide you in a few days. Chapter 103 Grassland. Liemo, who returned to the dormitory, was still shocked by this big news. As a new generation of China, he had a dream of becoming a scientist since he was a child. In elementary school, the teacher assigned an essay with the title, "What is your ideal?" Liemo wrote in the essay, he hopes to be a scientist in the future. But as he grew older, especially when he failed math in junior high school, he felt that he was getting further and further away from this dream. Unexpectedly, this dream is finally coming true. Although some media have called him a scientist in the newspaper, it has not been officially affirmed after all. Now this day is coming. The person who can win the National Natural Science Award must be a full-fledged scientist. Liemo, who has always been indifferent to honors, can't suppress his excitement. He picked up the textbook on the desk and found that he couldn't get into the reading state. Do you want to buy a new set of clothes? Liemo realized at this time that he hadn't bought any clothes since he came to Yanda. Several sets of clothes that fit him also looked a little old. Although he is not a person who likes new things and hates old things, a set of decent clothes is also a kind of respect for this honor. At this time, he thought of eyeing Sasa, the local girl. Class monitor, are you free? Liemo sent her a WeChat message. The girl replied quickly, yes, what's up? Liemo typed a few words on WeChat, I want to go shopping for clothes. Can you go with me? Sure, what time? Eyeing Sasa replied quickly. Liemo asked, now, are you driving? Eyeing Sasa knew that Liemo had a Wuling Hangguang, and she had seen him driving it on campus. The car is not at school. Liemo replied, the Wuling Hangguang was left in the Xiaoshan laboratory. Then I'll drive. Eyeing Sasa replied. After getting an accurate reply, Liemo put down his phone. Eyeing Sasa actually has a car too. Beep beep beep. Eyeing Sasa's phone rang. I'm downstairs. Come down quickly. So fast. Liemo didn't expect Eyeing Sasa to come so quickly, and he didn't have time to wash up. He picked up the 2 bottles of milk tea on the table and went downstairs with his school bag on his back. A bright orange polo stopped downstairs, and Eyeing Sasa leaned on the steering wheel and waved to him. Today, she was wearing a short thin jacket on her upper body and black leggings on her lower body, which made her look particularly good. I haven't seen her for a few days. She seems to have lost some weight. Liemo consciously looked away. Can you drive? He got on the passenger seat, handed the milk tea in his hand, and asked. Eyeing Sasa wrinkled her nose and said, after the college entrance examination, my father forced me to learn, saying that I could drive home by myself in the future, but now he always sends someone to pick me up, which is so annoying. Liemo chuckled. His daughter is his father's little cotton padded jacket. Uncle Hein could do such a thing. Where are you going to buy clothes? Eyeing Sasa lifted her bangs and asked him with wide eyes. Liemo shook his head and asked, go to the mall? His clothes were all bought by his mother from the mall in Mengcheng. Now that he needs to buy clothes in Yanjing, he will naturally go to the mall. Okay. Eyeing Sasa rolled her eyes at him, knowing that this nerd didn't know where to buy. She released the handbrake and stepped on the accelerator. Let's go. Liemo found that her driving skills were still very good. She knew to stop at traffic lights, would give way at zebra crossings, and even braked when she saw the car in front suddenly turn on its brake lights. Where are we going? Liemo asked, looking at the busy traffic outside the window. While dealing with the traffic jam behind her, Eyeing Sasa replied, Fankaodi, the clothes there are pretty good. Fankaodi, this name is good. A bit like the small shop selling clothes in the alleys of my hometown. The price is probably not too expensive. Liemo breathed a sigh of relief. He didn't want to spend too much money on clothes. Thanks to Eyeing Sasa's superb driving skills, Fankaodi arrived quickly. After getting off the car, a tall glass curtain wall department store with a full of fashion atmosphere appeared in front of him, with huge posters and colorful lights. This is obviously an upscale department store. Looking at the bright and clean hall in front of him, Liemo turned around and asked, is this Fankaodi? Eyeing Sasa didn't understand why he had such a question, and answered casually, yes, I have been here many times. The quality of clothes and the service attitude are very good. Liemo felt helpless. Where is the small shop he promised? But since he is here, he might as well make the best of it. He followed Dying Sasa into the building. My dad often comes to this store. He has a VIP card here. The men's clothing here is the most popular of the season. Dying Sasa led Liemo into a men's clothing store with ease. Sasa is here. As expected, they were familiar with each other. As soon as they entered the store, a female clerk greeted them. Dying Sasa smiled sweetly. Kian, are you on duty today? The female clerk also noticed Liemo following behind her and pulled Dying Sasa aside and asked in a low voice, is that boy your boyfriend? Dying Sasa blushed and said, don't talk nonsense, he's just an ordinary classmate. He wants to buy clothes. You have to help him pick them out today. An ordinary classmate? No way. How about I ask him next time when Mr. Ryan comes? The female clerk continued to say jokingly. Seeing that the two of them were staring at him and whispering, Liemo coughed. He wanted to buy clothes and go back to school quickly. Sir, what kind of clothes do you need? The female clerk noticed his embarrassment and immediately asked very professionally. Liemo knew nothing about clothes. He asked, are clothes also divided by occasions? The female clerk pointed to a row of tops on the shelf and said, of course, the clothes you wear to work should be decent, capable, confident, and generous. At your age, you are probably going to a job interview, right? Liemo did not deny her guess. He wanted to see if the female clerk was really professional. If you are interviewing for a state-owned enterprise, finance, lawyer or other serious industry, you can choose a set of black and white formal clothes that fit you well. If it is a foreign company or a private company, you can choose a set of casual clothes to avoid conflict with the surrounding environment. The female clerk introduced. We have new styles of the season here. You are a friend of Sasa, so you can enjoy a good discount. Liemo walked around the store and pointed to a grey plaid suit and asked, does this suit me? Isn't this suit too old-fashioned? Before the female clerk could speak, Dying Sasa said behind him. Liemo said, I just want to buy a set of old-fashioned clothes. The award ceremony is a very formal occasion, and it will be broadcast live on TV. He is too young, and wearing an old-fashioned suit can make him look more mature. Chapter 104 Attack. Madam, your pet doesn't have a leash, so it can't go in. I'm a customer. Do you know how many clothes I've bought from you? How dare a small waiter embarrass me? Ask your boss to come out. Madam, the boss is not here. It's the mall's rule that pets without leashes are not allowed in. While Liemo was choosing clothes, there was a commotion at the door of the store. He looked up and saw that the female clerk Kian was arguing with a heavily made up lady. There was something exciting to watch, and many customers who were shopping nearby also came to watch. Soon the door of the store was crowded with people. As Kian's friend, Dying Sasa pulled the corner of Liemo's clothes. Liemo also put down the clothes in his hand and walked to the door of the store. A teddy bear was circling around the heavily made up lady. Seeing people coming around, the heavily made up lady seemed even more proud and said loudly, our son is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you don't let me take him in, can you afford to pay for it if he gets lost? Faced with her accusation, the clerk Kian had to apologize repeatedly and said, I'm sorry, our store has a rule that pets without leashes are not allowed to enter. The heavily made up lady raised her eyebrows and scolded, what pet? This is my son, you wild girl from the countryside. As she said that, she was about to push Kian away and take the dog directly into the store. Oola, oolala, oolala. Danger alert. Danger alert. Increase the power. Perform quantum interference. Insufficient energy. Interference failed. Danger. Danger. There was a noise in Liemo's head, and a blurred picture appeared in his mind at the same time. The picture was too blurred, and he could only see a black umbrella flashing by. There is danger, but the warning information of the Pajero people is not complete. Liemo understood that this was the warning given to him by the Pajero people in his mind. He became more vigilant and scanned the people around him. He found that all the people were suspicious. Mothers with children, young couples holding hands, middle-aged business executives, and a few young people taking photos and checking in. But none of them had black umbrellas. Just as the heavily made up lady picked up the teddy that was spinning under her feet and pushed the female Clark Kian away, a black umbrella quietly approached from behind Liemo, and a blue light flashed at the tip of the umbrella. The umbrella was held by a young man who had already entered the store. He was wearing a baseball cap with the brim pulled down very low. Liemo was concentrating on observing the crowd at the door of the store. He was unaware of the umbrella approaching silently behind him. The heavily made up lady was partially blocked by the teddy in her arms, and she was tripped by the stool for changing shoes at the door, and the teddy in her arms slipped out of her hand. Teddy leaped towards Liemo. Liemo subconsciously dodged the oncoming teddy. Umbrella coming. Teddy coming. The tip of the black umbrella gently rubbed Teddy, and Teddy let out a miserable cry. The young man with the baseball cap saw that the umbrella hit the wrong target, and without a trace of panic, he swung the umbrella and threw it at Liemo again. The black umbrella was like a black short spear. Liemo stared at its trajectory closely, dodged from the side. The black umbrella pierced the wall fiercely, and a big hole was pierced in the wall, which showed the strength of the baseball man. Seeing that his two attacks failed, the baseball man turned around and ran back. Liemo chased closely behind him. He couldn't let this person who tried to attack him get away like this. The baseball man was very fast, but Liemo was faster. The distance between the two was getting closer and closer, and Liemo's hand almost touched the corner of his clothes. In front of him was a young mother in white clothes with a 5-year-old child. His mother was looking at the clothes on the roadside. The child was holding a candied horse in his hand and eating it with relish. The baseball man stopped immediately, grabbed the child, and lifted him up. The child cried loudly in the air, and the candied horse scattered all over the ground. The mother in white saw her child being held in someone's hand and subconsciously wanted to rush forward. The baseball man held the child up and made a fake move to throw. The mother in white had to retreat again and again. Looking at the situation in front of him, Liemo frowned. The murderer actually held a child hostage. Liemo shouted loudly, "Who are you? Let the child go." The baseball man held the child up, grinned, and laughed at Liemo. A scar extended from the corner of his eye to the corner of his mouth, which looked particularly hideous. The people around also realized the abnormality here. 2 more security guards who were patrolling on the roadside came over with batons. Seeing this situation, the baseball man laughed wildly again and suddenly threw the crying child in his hand to Liemo. Then he gave him a flying kick and jumped over the fence to the descending escalator. Liemo took a diving leap and hugged the child tightly in his arms, gently put him on the ground, and wiped the tears from the child's face with his hands. The baseball man stood on the descending escalator and walked further and further away. He took off his hat and bowed to Liemo, then turned around and began to dance like a clown. Looking at the rampant murderer, Liemo took off his school bag, closed his eyes for 2 seconds, and threw the school bag at the baseball man with all his strength. The baseball man was immersed in his own dance. Liemo's school bag drew a black curve in the air. Bang! With a loud bang, the school bag hit the baseball man's head. The baseball man fell on the escalator. Liemo breathed a sigh of relief and suddenly fell to the ground, burying his head between his legs and gasping for breath. The surroundings were extremely quiet. Liemo raised his head and found that everyone around him was looking at him in surprise. The 2 security guards with batons also stopped not far away and did not dare to approach him. "Are you okay? What did that man do just now?" Aing Sasa chased up from behind. She saw Liemo squatting on the ground and hurried forward to help him up. Liemo stood up with the help of the fence, smiled at Aing Sasa and said, "Please help me call the police and tell them that someone is going to attack me." Aing Sasa listened to him and immediately dialed 110. After accurately telling the address to the police officer on the phone, she asked with concern, "Where is the person who attacked you?" Liemo pointed to the escalator downstairs. "Ah, is he dead?" Aing Sasa saw the baseball cap lying on the escalator and asked fearfully. Liemo shook his head and said, "No, he probably fainted." He was confident in his strength, and there were no hard objects in his school bag. He struggled to stand up from Aing Sasa's arms and walk towards the child who had just been kidnapped. The child might have been tired of crying and was held tightly in his mother's arms. Liemo made a face at him and said with a smile, "The man just now was playing the trapeze game with you." Isn't it interesting? Chapter 105 Police Station. Don't lie to me. That guy just now was a bad guy. You saved me. I've seen police officers on TV do this. The child saw the ammo coming and took the initiative to get down from his mother's arms, saying in a childish voice. Liamo reached out, touched his head, smiled and said, "You are such a brave little man. Of course, I'm the only boy in the family. Grandma and mom rely on me for protection." The child raised his little arms and said. At this time, the mother in white also stepped forward and said gratefully, "Thank you so much. You saved our Lel." Liamo was about to speak when a team of police officers came over. The leading police officer showed his police ID and asked, "I'm Officer Ma. May I ask which one of you called the police?" Liamo took the initiative to say, "Comrade Police, I called the police. Someone attacked me just now." Officer Ma took out a notebook, wrote down his words, and asked, "What did the person who attacked you look like? Which direction did he escape to?" Liamo pointed to the escalator downstairs and said, "Look, he's lying there." Officer Ma saw someone lying on the escalator and immediately turned around and said to the police behind him, "Keep an eye on him." Then he ran downstairs. The two policemen who received the captain's order did not take any action against him for the time being, but they stared at him vigilantly. "It's okay." Liamo noticed that Aing Sasa beside him was a little uneasy and said comfortingly. Everyone in the mall was attracted by Officer Ma, who rushed to the escalator downstairs, and many people lay on the fence and looked down. Officer Ma came to the baseball man, stretched out two fingers to probe his nostrils, and shouted, "He is still breathing. Call an ambulance immediately. Comrade Police, this guy is a good man. He just saved my son." Seeing that Liamo was treated as a suspect, the mother in white took the initiative to explain for him. The two policemen who were guarding Liamo looked at each other. Could the man lying downstairs be a bad guy? Liamo said, "It's okay, sister. The police will find out the truth. It is the nature of all Chinese people to love to watch the excitement." More and more people gathered around, and some took out their mobile phones to take pictures. Officer Ma deployed the security guards of the mall to protect the scene, and reported the case to the bureau on his mobile phone. "Comrade Police, I think you need to send someone to go to the hospital with the ambulance. This baseball man is very dangerous." Liamo saw that 120 was about to send the unconscious baseball man to the hospital, and immediately suggested to Officer Ma. Officer Ma turned around and looked at him and still arranged for a few policemen to go to the hospital with the ambulance. "Please come with us to the police station." Officer Ma felt that this was not a good place to handle the case, and someone was injured, which was a criminal case. Liamo nodded, and Aing Sasa next to him raised her hand and said, "I'll go too." Officer Ma looked at the young girl and asked, "Did you also participate in the beating?" Aing Sasa said, "I'm a witness." Liamo remembered something, walked up to Officer Ma and whispered, "There's something wrong with the umbrella that the baseball guy used to attack me. I suspect that the tip of his umbrella is coated with a highly toxic substance. Please send someone to protect it." Officer Ma looked at Liamo doubtfully. Although he was a policeman, it was the first time he heard of the tip of the umbrella being poisonous. Liamo saw that the police did not believe him, so he took the initiative to say, "I'm a student of Yanda University, and I'm under your supervision. You cannot believe me, but if someone accidentally touches the tip of the umbrella, it will be bad. Take them both back to the bureau first." Officer Ma ordered, and he decided to deal with the umbrella himself. Liamo sat in the back seat of the police car, and he was not nervous at all. He just felt a little sorry for the girl next to him. An innocent girl accompanied him, and was sent to the police station as a suspect. Just thinking about it makes people feel pity. Perhaps seeing the restraint of the two people in the back seat, the young policeman on the co-pilot turned around and asked, "Are you a couple?" Liamo shook his head without hesitation, and Aing Sasa hesitated for a moment and shook her head. "You guys, don't be nervous. Going to the police station doesn't mean you have committed a crime." The young policeman's attitude has improved a lot since he knew that they were all students of Yanda. As a first-class university, the crime rate of Yanda students is very low. Although the young policeman repeatedly comforted him in the police car, but when he arrived at the police station, Liamo still enjoyed the treatment of a criminal suspect completely. His mobile phone and other items were kept and then sent to a separate interrogation room. Liemo sat on the chair without a trace of panic. Because all the witnesses and the surveillance in the mall can confirm everything that happened there, as long as the police carefully check it, he can get out soon. Half an hour later, the door of the interrogation room was pushed open. It was Officer Ma who led the team in the mall who came in, and there was a female police officer behind him. Officer Ma turned on the recorder and signaled the female police officer to record the confession with a pen. Name. Officer Ma stared at him and asked in a loud voice, Liemo. Liemo answered subconsciously. Age. Officer Ma asked again. 18 years old. Identity. Officer Ma was in charge of questioning, and the female officer next to him was in charge of recording. Only then did Liemo know why those criminals would confess quickly after entering the police station. The loud voice of the plain-looking Officer Ma, combined with the bright lights, made people feel an urge to confess. Graduate student of Yanda University, living in the faculty dormitory. The female officer stopped writing and looked Liemo up and down. Officer Ma felt that there was something wrong with his words and asked again, studying for a graduate degree at Yanda University at the age of 18. Liemo met Officer Ma's gaze and said, I just started this year, a student of Professor Wu in the Department of Mathematics. You can verify it. Officer Ma nodded and said, Zhao Zhang, record it. This kind of thing is easy to verify, and no one will lie. Officer Ma asked, why did you attack that person with a school bag? Finally, it was related to the case. Liemo told the whole story of the baseball man attacking him, although he didn't know the motive of the baseball man. Officer Ma looked at the case record, frowned and asked, are you filming a movie? Poisoned umbrella tip? 20 meters away, you accurately hit the man with your school bag. That's not how movies are played. Officer Ma slapped the table and stood up. He walked slowly in front of Liemo. Liemo closed his eyes and narrated everything truthfully, but the process of the incident was indeed very strange. It was difficult to convince the officer in front of him with words. Once they checked the surveillance, everything would be clear. The interrogation room fell silent. Chapter 106 13 Departments. You'd better confess as soon as possible so that you can be dealt with leniently. Otherwise, we will notify the school. Officer Ma said while walking. It's not easy to get into Yan University. If you really didn't mean it, we will plead with the school on your behalf. Liemo felt that the inconspicuous Officer Ma in front of him was well versed in interrogation. If he hadn't really lied, he would have confessed and been treated leniently by now. 10 years of hard study. Are you going to ruin it in one day? Just as Officer Ma was trying to pry open the mouth of the seemingly immature student in front of him, there was a rapid knock on the door outside the interrogation room. Officer Ma and the female officer looked at each other in confusion. During the interrogation room is absolutely not allowed to be disturbed. This is the iron rule of the police station. Why is there someone knocking on the door outside? The knock on the door outside became more urgent, as if someone was going to break in if the door was not opened in the next second. Officer Ma walked to the door carefully and slowly unlocked the door. A middle-aged man with scars on his face walked in with a smile. The half smile, coupled with the scar on his face, made people shudder. Two young men in black uniforms followed behind him. He did not speak immediately after entering the interrogation room, but scanned the entire interrogation room with sharp eyes. When he saw that Liemo was still intact, his expression was much more relaxed. Officer Ma, you have completed your task very well. From now on, we will take over this case. You can rest. Thank you for your contribution. The scarred man turned around and said to Officer Ma with a smile. Officer Ma was already suspicious of the stranger who suddenly broke in. Now the visitor wanted to take his own suspect away, which Officer Ma could not tolerate. He shouted loudly, "Who are you? Don't you see that you are being interrogated? Get out of here." The middle-aged man raised his mouth and said with a smile, "Hello, Officer Ma, I'm from the General Administration. You can call me Mr. Mayan. Here is my ID." As he said that, he handed over an ID. "Are you from the General Administration?" Officer Ma took the ID with a suspicious look on his face. When people from the General Administration come to pick up someone, they will also follow the rules and greet them first. What's the big deal about this scarred man kicking the door? He took the ID with suspicion. The ID was a real police officer's ID. Officer Ma knew it when he touched the cover. The special texture could not be imitated. He opened the ID and saw head of the 13th Department, Mr. Mayan. The 13th Department? Officer Ma's face changed after reading the ID. The scarred man actually came from the 13th Department of the General Administration. Although Officer Ma was only a small team leader in the police station, he had been in the police force for so many years and had heard of the 13th Department. It was rumored that the 13th Department of the General Administration was a specially established independent unit which was responsible for a major case and was directly responsible to the China Police General Administration. Everyone in the 13th Department was a talent. Last year's serial murders in the headless female corpse case the year before were all solved by the 13th Department. Officer Ma admired and envied them. Officer Ma returned the certificate with both hands respectfully, looked back at Liemo, and said to Mr. Mayan, "There are many strange things in this case. This Yanda student may not be the real murderer. I hope you can see clearly. The case that the 13th Department can get involved in is not a small one. It is bad luck for this Yanda student to be involved in such a big case." Mr. Mayan took back the certificate and said with a smile, "Don't worry." He walked to Liemo and said softly, "Mr. Liemo, shall we move over and talk?" Through the conversation between Mr. Mayan and Officer Ma just now, Liemo knew that the visitor should be a senior member of the police. This case was actually taken seriously by the senior management. Is there any hidden story behind it? Liemo nodded subconsciously. Just when he stood up, he thought of eyeing Sasa. Asked, "Where is my classmate?" Mr. Mayan turned around, smiled at Officer Ma and said, "That female classmate is not involved in the case. Let her go back first. I will ask the bureau to issue the documents to you. Is this an order?" Officer Ma was a little dissatisfied, but he nodded in agreement. He also knew that the female classmate was just a match. "Is this okay?" Mr. Mayan turned around and asked again. Seeing that eyeing Sasa would be released soon, Liemo relaxed his mind, and he asked again, "Where are we going?" Mr. Mayan said, "Section 13 of the General Administration. I believe you also realize that the baseball man who attacked you is not a mental patient. Who wants to kill you? Don't you want to know?" Liemo still has lingering fears when he thinks back to what happened in the mall. If it weren't for the alien's reminder, I'm afraid he would have been stabbed by the black umbrella and would have been in danger. Seeing that Liemo agreed, Mr. Mayan signaled the two young men in black uniforms behind him with his eyes. The two young men in black uniforms stood beside him, one on the left and one on the right. Officer Ma is an old policeman. When he saw this posture, he knew that this was not to escort the suspect, but to protect him. Mr. Mayan walked in front, paying attention to the people coming and going in the police station from time to time. When he met someone who was not in uniform, he slowed down, put his hands close to his waist, and then carefully kept a distance. Even if it was a policeman coming towards him, Mr. Mayan would turn sideways to let the other party pass first. Two men in black uniforms escorted Liemo and walked behind. There were two cars parked outside the police station, and the one in front was an oversized SUV. Mr. Mayan walked quickly to the car and quickly opened the door. The two men in black uniforms stuffed Liemo in. Then they ran quickly to the car behind. Seeing Liemo get in the car, Mr. Mayan breathed a sigh of relief. He wiped the sweat from his head and said to the front row in dissatisfaction, "This job can't be done. Knowing it's so dangerous, why don't you send more people to accompany me in?" "Comrade Mayan, the higher-ups don't want to alert more people. The more people we have, the more conspicuous we are. After all, we don't know how many secrets the enemy has mastered." A skinny old man turned around and said in the co-pilot seat of the SUV. Mr. Mayan snorted and said dissatisfiedly, "Scholars are arrogant. This is our territory. No matter how many people they come, they will just feed the fish. That's the bad point. Don't underestimate any enemy. Didn't your master teach you this?" The skinny old man said sternly. Faced with a reprimand, Mr. Mayan put on his signature smile on his face again. "You are still too cautious. Give me an elite platoon, and I can get rid of that fly in this city today." The skinny old man shook his head, motioned the driver to drive, and said no more. The oversized SUV started steadily. It was obvious that the driver's driving skills were professionally trained, and he kept the vehicle in the safest position. When passing an intersection, several police cars parked on the roadside followed. When passing a fire station, several fire trucks also gathered in. More and more vehicles followed the big SUV, forming a convoy. Chapter 107 attacked again. When passing a street corner, 2 mounted police even joined their team. Traffic control was also started on both sides of the road. Vehicles in the same direction were blocked, and the road suddenly seemed empty. The large SUV also kept speeding up. Various vehicles in the convoy protected the large SUV in the middle, and the mounted police flashed their lights. Liemo saw this situation, which was obviously the style of escorting a major criminal. He couldn't help wondering, did I commit a serious crime and forget it? After hesitating for a long time, Liemo asked, is my crime committed? Haha, you have committed a crime, and it's a big crime. Hey, you still have the usual simple and rough work style. The thin old man in the front row turned around and said to Mr. Mayan, you tell him if he has been arrested. Mr. Mayan pressed the headset hanging on his ear, whispered a few words in his voice, and then waited for the other party's reply. After receiving the reply, he smiled and said very politely, sorry, Mr. Liemo, we don't have the authority to answer you for the time being. Before Liemo could speak again, he asked. The old man in the front row turned his head again and said with disdain, boss, she from your 13th section is still so timid. He dares not say what he should say, but does a lot of things he shouldn't do. Don't worry, Lee kid. We know who you are, and we have no ill intentions. Look at this convoy. What crime do you think you have to commit to deserve this kind of treatment? Murder? Or arson? So you should relax. Let me show you a document and maybe you will understand something. As he spoke, he took out a confidential document from a confidential file bag. Liemo, 18 years old, a graduate student at Xi'an University, a student of Professor Wu. At the age of 17, he solved 2 world-class mathematical problems. He is the discoverer of the new planet Marxing in the solar system, and is about to receive the National Science and Technology Award. He has twice rejected the invitation of Professor Smith from Princeton. TSK. Every one of your achievements is enough to attract the enemy's attention. It would be strange if they took action now. The big SUV drove to the outskirts of the city and turned onto a small road. The road began to narrow, and the driver began to slow down slowly. Liemo asked, who is the enemy? He felt that as a student, he had not offended anyone. The thin old man did not answer him, but mocked Mr. Mayan again. Look, this is the consequence of your simple and rough style. If our guests are harmed because of this, who can bear it? Mr. Mayan put away his usual smile and retorted, I'm following the orders from above. My duty is to obey orders. If you have any opinions, you can talk to my boss. TSK. I haven't seen you for a few years, and your personality is still so impulsive. I was surprised that you could come back intact from the last mission. Hearing the rebuttal, the thin old man said slowly, you. When Mr. Mayan heard him mention that mission, he clenched his fists and his face was blue with veins. Liemo has now become an outsider and can only watch the two bickering on the side. Oola rula. Danger alert. Danger alert. Oola rula. Danger alert. Danger alert. A noise suddenly rang in his head. This time the noise only lasted for a moment, and the expected warning screen did not appear. This was the alien warning, indicating that there was danger around. Is the energy of the alien Pajero so scarce? But he immediately shook his head. Now was not the time to dwell on this issue. The convoy was driving on a narrow road, and there was a 2-story building in front. It was a good place for an ambush. Liemo's superhuman vision could even see the muzzles of guns reflecting the sunlight from the building. Ah, my head hurts so much. Liemo thought of a way. He suddenly lay down on the seat with his head in his arms. The driver in the front immediately braked the vehicle. Hey, why did the car stop? The car in front saw the big SUV stop in the rearview mirror and asked hurriedly on the intercom. Situation 2, Code 6. The thin old man picked up the walkie-talkie and replied. After receiving the reply, the car in front also stopped, and the entire convoy stopped, and everyone in the car ran out of the car. There were policemen, armed policemen, and nurses. These people surrounded the large SUV. There was even a young firefighter squatting on the side crying because he couldn't squeeze into a good position. Liemo, what's wrong with you? Mr. Mayan pulled Liemo up and put his hand on his pulse. After a moment of careful consideration, he frowned and said, "No problem." Before he finished speaking, there was a loud bang from the front, and the car in front exploded and turned into a big fireball. Fragments flew everywhere, and the people around the large SUV did not panic because of this, but shrank inward a little due to excitement. Liemo knew that the attackers in the small building saw the convoy suddenly stop, thought they had been exposed, and had to launch an attack in advance. Small building in front, 7 o'clock direction. As he said, Mr. Mayan pushed open the car door and ran away. The thin old man shook his head. This reckless man. After saying that, he picked up the intercom and called, "Code 011, Plan 053, now, your head doesn't hurt anymore?" At this time, the thin old man found that Liemo was sitting in the back row and asked puzzledly. Liemo replied, "It doesn't hurt anymore. Are we being attacked?" He wanted to change the subject. "It's okay." The thin old man closed his eyes, and Liemo found that his ears were shaking from time to time. Buzz buzz. The roar of a helicopter sounded outside the car window. Liemo looked through the window and saw 2 helicopters flying from a distance. The bright red 5-pointed star on the tail of the helicopter was particularly eye-catching. The helicopters are also dispatched. It seems that they have considerable authority. Pa. Pa. 2 crisp gunshots suddenly rang out from the small building in front. This reckless man only knows how to solve problems with force. The thin old man who had closed his eyes to rest had opened his eyes without knowing when. In the sky, a helicopter was circling over the small building, and another helicopter was flying away. Too arrogant, daring to run wild in our 13th section's territory. Mr. Mayan came back soon. He opened the car door and kept muttering. Liemo smelled a strong smell of gunpowder on him. At this time, the scar on his face was so red that it looked like blood dripping, and it looked particularly hideous. Solved. The thin old man also smelled the smell on him. It was solved very easily. There are only 2 of them, with good equipment, but they are weaklings. Mr. Mayan replied. You are too murderous." The thin old man said dissatisfiedly. "Keep going. The helicopter has scanned, and there are no suspicious targets nearby." Chapter 108 booklet. The motorcade stopped in front of manor-style building in the suburbs. Seeing the motorcade coming, 2 armed police on duty quickly pushed open the gate. The big SUV slowly passed the gate of the manor. Through the car window, Liemo found that this was a super large house. The big SUV drove for several minutes before stopping in front of a 2-story building. Mr. Mayan opened the door and said, "Mr. Liemo, we are here." The 2-story building looked like an ancient building from 100 years ago, with green tiles as the roof and round wood as the pillars. The roof was covered with green moss, the road was paved with bluestones, and there was a rockery not far away. There were a few white birds playing on the rockery. Behind the rockery was a small lake, and a small pavilion stood in the middle of the lake. This beautiful environment, if it was said to be the location of the TV series, Liemo would believe it. "Where is this?" he asked. Mr. Mayan looked at the time on his mobile phone and replied, "Section 13. Isn't Section 13 affiliated with the police station? Why is it here?" However, since Mr. Mayan entered the manor, he has put away his signature smile and acted cautiously, so Liemo did not ask too much. "My mission is also completed." At this time, the thin old man also got out of the car. He took out a document and handed it to Mr. Mayan. Mr. Mayan took the document, drew a strange badge on it, and handed it back. The thin old man looked at the strange badge on the document, smiled and nodded, and said, "I have to go back to hand in the mission, so goodbye." Mr. Mayan nodded, and the thin old man said to the intercom, "Mission completed. All members are on the move, code 02. Then he jumped into the ambulance that had been following behind and waved goodbye. Mr. Mayan just pretended not to see it, but Liemo waved back. After Liemo carefully checked the surrounding environment, Mr. Mayan made a gesture of invitation. Then he took a few steps forward, gently pushed open the door of the small building, and Liemo then entered the small building. After entering the small building, Liemo found that the interior was obviously different from the antique exterior. The hall on the first floor was brightly lit, and the row of LED lights on the roof illuminated the entire room without any blind spots. There were rows of computers in the room, and several people in black uniforms were busy in front of the computers. There were also several female uniforms wearing headphones who were talking to the outside world and checking satellite images from time to time. Mr. Mayan is back. Is the mission going well? Seeing the two people come in, a short-haired female uniform in black asked. Mr. Mayan said with a stern face, there were some minor problems, but it was going well. The female uniform smiled and whispered, the gentleman is waiting for you. Go quickly. Mr. Mayan nodded in response, and then took Liemo up the stairs. The design style of the second floor is completely different from that of the hall on the first floor. If the first floor is a modern fast-paced one, then the second floor is a distant and ancient one. There is an antique blue fishtail plum blossom vase, a screen of plum, orchid, bamboo and chrysanthemum, and even incense burning in the incense burner next to it. Perhaps it was the authentic sandalwood. Liemo immediately felt refreshed after smelling it. A grey-haired old man was working at his desk under a desk lamp. Liemo then realized that this house actually had no windows. It was daytime outside, but the house was still dark. Only the desk lamp on the desk emitted dim light. Mr. Mayan was very familiar with the layout of the room, and walked to the desk with ease. He bowed respectfully and said softly, "Sir, I'm back." The old man stopped writing, raised his head, looked past Mr. Mayan, and looked directly at Liemo. He smiled and said, "This young man is the great contributor to our country, Liemo, right?" Liemo then understood what it meant to be bathed in spring breeze. The old man's eyes were like a beam of sunshine shining on him, making him feel warm in his heart. Liemo hurriedly stepped forward and said, "I don't deserve the title of contributor. I'm Liemo." The old man waved his hand. "Don't talk while standing. Sit down." Liemo sat opposite the old man, and Mr. Mayan still stood respectfully. "I heard that they were attacked again on the way back?" the old man asked in a light tone. Mr. Mayan replied with regret, "Yes, I wanted to keep them alive, but they all carried poison with them. Although I shot them and made them lose their ability to move, the poison sacs in their mouths still took their lives." The old man clapped his hands lightly and said, "This incident happened suddenly. It's a blessing that you can get rid of the situation quickly. You go out first. Liemo and I will talk alone." Mr. Mayan backed out of the room. The old man smiled at Liemo and said, "They didn't explain to you what happened today, did they?" Liemo nodded. To be honest, he was in a state of confusion now. Seeing that he could get out of the police station soon, he was brought here. Seeing his confused face, the old man shook his head and said, "My auntie is too focused on the result. My order is for him to bring you back safely. He should also help you explain on the way." Mayanzi, the scarred man in his 40s, was actually called Mayanzi by the old man. Liemo found it a little funny. It seems that I, an old man, have to spend more time talking. First of all, we are not the 13th section here. The old man said straight to the point. Not the 13th section? Liemo asked in surprise. In the police station, Mr. Mayan brought him out as the 13th section. On the way, Mr. Mayan kept emphasizing that they were going to the 13th section. Even when they arrived at the place, Mr. Mayan swore that this was the 13th section. Now the old man in front of him suddenly said that this was not the 13th section, which made Liemo hard to accept. The old man said slowly, "The 13th section is just our cooperative unit. This time I'll let Mayanzi use the identity of the 13th section to avoid attracting attention. We are the Talent Protection Bureau." Liemo asked in confusion. Talent Protection Bureau? Is there such a unit? He has lived in China for 18 years and has never heard of this unit with this title. Seeing his reaction, the old man smiled proudly and then said, "We are a unit established by the state to protect high-tech talents. It has existed as early as the war period. Now is a new era. Of course we have been given new tasks." The old man stood up and took out a manual and handed it to Liemo. Liemo stood up and took it. The booklet was not a popular book, but was bound like a personal collection. He opened the first page and it read. 1. Time, January 2010. Character, Masood Ali, professor at DHL University. Location, DHL. Method, motorcycle bomb. Speculated culprit, M country 2. Time, November 2020. Character, Shiriri. Location, Beheshti. Method, bomb. Speculated culprit, M country 3. Time, January 2012. Character, Rozhan. Location, DHL. Method, car bomb. Speculated culprit, M country 4. Time, August 2018. Character, Dr. Aziz Isbo. Location, Hamas. Method, car bomb. Speculated culprit, YSL. The booklet densely records the assassinated scientists in the world. Liemo flipped through the booklet of just a few pages. If the data recorded in the booklet is true, then it is estimated that hundreds of scientists have died in assassinations. The old man said in a serious tone, the records here only include some well-known scientists. There are countless young geniuses who are still growing up and have died silently, but are unknown to the world. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 109 Reason. The old man looked at Liemo kindly and said slowly, in modern society, science and technology are the primary productive forces, and scientists are the backbone of a nation. However, the reality of the impetuous society is pursuing those entertainment stars. Don't you know that without you, the backbone of the nation, we will be suppressed by foreign countries? After the founding of the People's Republic of China, as our country's basic education has become more and more perfect, some real geniuses have emerged in all walks of life. The strength of the country is also slowly growing. In order to contain us, some old developed countries will send special people to collect the list of young geniuses in the country and then tempt them to go abroad to work for them with various benefits. Many young talents who were originally very promising were tempted by them to go abroad and then transferred from scientific research positions for various reasons, and finally those talents became mediocre. The old man said regretfully, of course, if there is a genius who is evaluated by them as a special talent, but keeps rejecting their temptation, what do you think they will do? The old man looked Liemo up and down with his sharp eyes and threw a question. Now it is the new century, and most countries are in a state of peace. They can't kill people for this reason, right? Liemo answered in disbelief. The old man smiled self-deprecatingly, took the booklet on the table, stroked it a few times, and then said, you still underestimated those countries' desire for talents, especially those who can change the world. In World War II, our northern allies collected a lot of material resources in the occupied areas, while the old country across the ocean gave up tons of gold just to send a group of scientists back home. Now you have been evaluated by them as a scientist who can change the world in the future. The old man looked directly at Liemo. Liemo was stunned. Me? A scientist who can change the world? Although I discovered a new planet, it was just an accident. To change the world, you must at least be at the level of Einstein. This reason is too ridiculous. Although he has made some achievements, he is still far from being valued by foreign countries. That's because you underestimate yourself too much. Talent is not about what he has achieved. It's about what he can achieve in the future. In just 1 year, you have completed 3 world-class scientific achievements in succession. The future is limitless. The old man said to Liemo sincerely. We have received accurate information that there is a radical organization on the other side of the ocean that has put you on the kill list. This organization has caused trouble in many countries. The world is not as peaceful as you think. Those developed countries are not as good as they claim. Sometimes, for the sake of profit, they will do things you can't imagine. There are countless blood in some dark corners. But I didn't expect them to come so soon. The forensic department has confirmed that ricin is smeared on the tip of the umbrella. Ricin is a plant protein toxin, colorless and odorless, and is a toxin often used in international assassinations. The lethal dose for humans is only 7 milligrams. Liemo noticed that the tip of the baseball man's umbrella was smeared with toxins when he was in the mall, but he didn't expect it to be this kind of strong toxin without an antidote. He now feels a little scared when he thinks back. Liemo, who fully understood the whole process of the incident, fell into deep thought. He didn't expect that the cause of the incident was his decision not to study abroad. The old man saw that Liemo fell into deep thought and didn't speak immediately. He knew that it would be difficult for the 18-year-old boy in front of him to accept such information for a while. For a long time, there were only two people sitting opposite each other in the room under the dim light. What should I do? I can't always hide here, can I? Liemo finally spoke. This was the biggest problem he was facing. The old man was a little surprised to see that he received this information so quickly, because many famous scientists found it difficult to accept this information for a long time after learning it. He said with relief, "Don't worry, although we are a developing country, we are not at the mercy of others. The personnel sent from the other side of the ocean are now estimated to have been arrested. But I'm afraid that they will not give up and will change their methods to send people to infiltrate. You know, not everyone can withstand temptation like you. The open enemy is in our home ground and can be easily solved. The hidden enemy is the most terrifying. He will launch a fatal attack when you are not paying attention. As a scientist, you have busy scientific research tasks. We can't leave you here because of choking. So we decided to send a security expert to protect you closely. Sending a bodyguard to protect himself will not affect his work." Liemo nodded in agreement with this plan. The old man pressed a button on the table and said to the microphone, "Captain of Team 2, please come in." After a while, a girl with a good figure, ponytail, and uniform came in. She asked in a crisp voice, "Sir, are you looking for me?" The old man stood up with a cane, and Liemo realized that one of his legs was missing. The empty trouser leg looked particularly abrupt. The old man slowly walked to the girl and introduced, "This is the best security expert in our security bureau, Zirking. She will be responsible for your security work in the future." Liemo looked at the girl's fair and beautiful face, blushed and said, "Why is it a lady? Can it be replaced by a boy?" Zirking heard his words, raised her eyebrows, and said with a cherry mouth slightly opened, "Do you look down on ladies? As the best security expert in the bureau, I'm proficient in 7 languages, 130 kinds of poisons and pharmacology, 20 kinds of firearms, can fly a helicopter, and can fight wolves with my bare hands. I don't mean to look down on women, but..." Liemo felt that he didn't know how to explain it. At this time, the old man looked at his hesitant expression and said, "It's not appropriate for a young man like you to have a male bodyguard around you. Zirking is also a college graduate, so let her be your assistant." Seeing the shrewd old man and the imposing Zirking, Liemo had no choice but to nod and agree. "In the future, your life arrangements must be approved by Zirking, and she will make proper arrangements," the old man instructed. "Zirking, Liemo is the most promising scientist in our country. You must protect him well without affecting his normal scientific research." Liemo was speechless, but Zirking saluted the old man. "Your college classmate has returned to Yanda safely. We will delete what happened in the mall and the roadside building from the media and archives." The corners of the old man's mouth trembled. "After all, we don't want to have a head-on conflict with that country now, so we can only endure it." Chapter 110 Back to School. "Is this your car?" Liemo asked, looking at the brand new Baitang in the garage. Zirking raised the key in her hand, opened the door, and straddled the driver's seat with her long legs. She said, "This Tang has been specially modified. It is a special car assigned to me by the Bureau. The whole car is bulletproof, equipped with anti-eavesdropping devices, and has a precise real-time satellite positioning system. But now, this is our car." Sitting in the car, a man and a woman in a closed environment, Liemo felt a little embarrassed. He asked in a chatty way, "Zirking, the clear sky in summer. Your name is so nice. Did your mother give it to you?" Zirking, who was driving, was silent for a moment and said, "I'm an orphan. The country raised me, and my name was given by my husband. I'm sorry, if there was a hole under the seat, Liemo would choose to crawl in. No, my parents died in a mission. I'm very happy to inherit their legacy," Zirking said calmly. The car got on the main road and Xia King began to drive at a high speed. Tang burst out huge energy under her exploitation. Unexpectedly, this seemingly weak girl drove so violently. Liemo, who had never been car sick, felt a little uncomfortable. "Miss Xia, can you slow down?" He couldn't stand the dizziness and tried to stop her. Xia King drove through the gap between the two cars. "What did you call me?" Liemo replied. "Miss Xia. Please call me Assistant Xia. This is my official position." Xia King slowed down the car. Liemo had to correct himself. "Yes, Assistant Xia, please drive more steadily." He frowned and thought for a while. Could a bodyguard drive so violently? So Liemo asked tentatively, "Assistant Xia, don't bodyguards drive very steadily?" Xia King noticed Liemo's dissatisfaction, raised her pretty face, and said, "The kind of bodyguard you are talking about is a nanny. I'm a professional security guard with only one purpose, that is, you are alive. But I didn't expect your health to be so bad. I will drive slower in the future. I'm fine, thank you, Assistant Xia," Liemo said helplessly. Beep beep beep, the phone rang. Liemo took out his phone and took a look. It was Professor Wu. "Hello, Liemo, where have you been? Your phone is off. The staff sent by the TV station have been waiting at the school for a long time," Professor Wu said as soon as the call was connected. It seems that, just as the old man from the security bureau said, the incident at the mall was as if it had never happened, and the police did not notify the school. Liemo answered the phone. "Teacher, I went out to buy clothes, and my phone is out of battery." He found a very old excuse. "Well, come back quickly, we will wait for you in the school conference room." Professor Wu did not bother about where he went. Liemo put down his phone and said to Xia King, "Let's go to the school conference room first." Xia King nodded. As a professional security guard, she knew Liemo inside and out. Of course, she knew how to get to the school conference room. Soon, the Baitang was parked steadily by her in the parking space outside the conference room. Perhaps to prove that she was not only violent in driving, Xia King drove much more steadily in the second half. Liemo stepped into the conference room, followed by Xia King. "Liemo is here, come here quickly." Professor Wu greeted him when he saw Liemo coming. He was a little surprised to see a girl in a black suit behind Liemo. "Who is this girl?" Liemo winked at Professor Wu, not knowing how to explain. Xia King stood up generously and said with a smile, "Teacher Wu, hello, I'm Liemo's newly hired assistant." "Liemo, she is your assistant?" Professor Wu asked a little unbelievingly. He knew what Liemo's family background was. Even if Liemo got a lot of bonuses now, it would be impossible for him to hire an assistant. Liemo had to squint his eyes and nod repeatedly. He hoped that Professor Wu could understand what he meant and stop asking questions, because there were too many people here. Professor Wu saw that Liemo kept squint his eyes and knew that there must be something fishy, and the girl looked harmless. An assistant is just an assistant, and there are more important things at hand. So he gave up questioning. Professor Wu pulled Liemo over and took him to a middle-aged man who looked like a reporter. He introduced him. "This is Mr. Huang from the TV station. For the upcoming awards ceremony, the TV station invited the experienced Mr. Huang to teach you some basic etiquette. You must learn well and don't make trouble." Professor Wu turned around and said to Liemo with a stern face, "I have something else to do. I'll leave this student to you, Mr. Huang." Professor Wu left after he finished speaking. "Hello, Mr. Huang." Liemo took the initiative to shake hands. Reporter Huang said modestly, "I can't be called a teacher. Although I'm a few years older than you, your contribution to the country deserves my admiration. This time the TV station sent me here, mainly to check with you the process of the awards ceremony. Because the program is broadcast live to the whole country, we still have to be cautious." Mr. Huang said. It can be seen that he did not look down on Liemo because of his young age. On the contrary, he knew that this inconspicuous young man in front of him would have a bright future. "Let's just sit down and talk. You tell me the specific process and precautions, and I will ensure that there will be no mistakes." After Professor Wu left, Liemo became the host. Reporter Huang took out a dozen materials from his briefcase and handed them over, saying, "Here is the specific program process. I have circled the parts related to you. You can focus on it. Liemo took it and flipped through it. There was a time comparison table on it, which was almost accurate to the second. There is also the issue of clothing. The program requires guests to wear dark clothes. If you don't have them, the program team can provide them. Reporter Huang continued. Aang Sasa should have brought back the suit bought in Fang Kod. Liemo still liked that suit very much, and he was not used to wearing other people's clothes. No, I will bring my own clothes. Liemo politely refused. Reporter Huang nodded and continued. The award ceremony is scheduled for this Friday night. The guests need to arrive at the scene 2 hours in advance. Liemo said, that's no problem. Now Professor Wu did not assign him any tasks, and all time was at his disposal, so there was no problem with time. Also, each award winner needs to make a 3-minute speech, and you need to prepare in advance. Reporter Huang said again. Liemo nodded. Finally, after more than 2 hours, Reporter Huang felt that he had explained the precautions clearly, and then he stood up and left. Liemo felt very tired sitting on the chair. How many people would love to do this? Why do you look so reluctant? Seeing his expression, Xia King asked curiously. Chapter 111 Aang Sasa meets Xia King. I'm not doing this research just to win an award. And the procedures for such an award ceremony are too complicated. Liemo looked at the pile of materials in his hand and suddenly felt overwhelmed. If someone else said this, Xia King would think he was too hypocritical. But the big boy in front of her, his sincerity made Xia King feel that he was speaking from the heart. There are too few people like this now. Maybe that's why he is so young, but he can achieve success. Beep beep beep. Just when Liemo was worried about the complicated award ceremony, his cell phone rang. Squad leader, I'm back. Liemo answered the phone. It was Aang Sasa calling. Ever since Aang Sasa was released from the police station, she found out that Liemo was taken away, and she has been trying to call Liemo, but it has been turned off. Liemo listened for a moment, then said, okay, let's meet at the library and bring the suit I bought. Putting down the phone, he looked at Xia King beside him. The girl was staring at him with wide eyes. Liemo said helplessly, I'm going to the library. Do you want to take a rest first? Xia King shook her head and said firmly, I'm your personal assistant, so of course I'll go with you. After thinking for a while, she whispered, don't worry, I won't affect your date. Liemo said with a smile, what are you thinking about? But he had to take Xia King to the library. Although it was almost dusk, there were still people coming and going at the entrance of the library. Aang Sasa had been waiting there for a long time. Liemo looked at her anxious face and felt warm in his heart. Aang Sasa also saw Liemo and ran over. Just as she was about to speak, she saw the girl behind Liemo and stopped immediately. At this time, Xia King walked up generously and took the initiative to smile and said, hello, I'm Liemo's assistant. Your assistant? Aang Sasa ignored the girl who looked like she had a good figure, but looked up at Liemo. Liemo had no choice but to nod. The department assigned me an assistant to help me take care of some work affairs. Xia King heard it from the side and corrected, it's to take care of work and life affairs. Liemo explained, Professor Wu saw that I was busy at work, so he hired one for me. Aang Sasa nodded doubtfully. Busy men always have assistants. Her father had 3 female assistants, but Liemo's assistant was too beautiful, which made her feel uncomfortable. But she couldn't care about it now, and asked anxiously, are you okay? I heard that you were taken away after I came out. Liemo turned around in front of her and said, look, am I okay? They sent me back after they found out the truth. But later I asked my father's friends about the situation, and the police station had no record of this case at all. Isn't this too strange? Aang Sasa was relieved to see that Liemo was fine. But she remembered something again and asked with a frown. It seems that the Security Bureau has deleted all the records of this matter. Liemo smiled and comforted. Maybe your father's friend didn't do his best. Now we are all fine, so don't worry about it anymore. Yeah, I'm glad you're fine. Aang Sasa said happily, here's your suit. Liemo was about to take the suit, but Xia King next to him took it first. Xia King took the suit bag in her hand and said, this is my duty as an assistant. Yuang Sasa saw that Liemo did not stop the beautiful female assistant, and she was furious. She turned around and ran away. Damn Liemo, damn female assistant. Liemo stretched out his hand to try to pull her back, but Xia King stepped forward to stop him and said, "Don't you have a lot of things to do? This is also something that an assistant should take care of." But Liemo just thought about it in his heart and didn't say it out loud. He felt that he might not be a match for the seemingly weak female assistant in front of him. Looking at Aang Sasa's back as she left, Liemo shook his head. "Where do you live?" Liemo remembered a real problem at this time. He asked the female assistant. Xia King was happily shaking her suit bag. When she heard what Liemo said, she replied, "As a personal assistant, of course I have to live with you." "Live together?" Liemo shook his head immediately. "No, no." Xia King widened her eyes, her long eyelashes fluttering, and asked, "Why not? Don't you want me?" She deliberately raised her voice, causing the students passing by to stop. Liemo was a little amused. "What's the connection? I live in a teacher's apartment. It's not convenient to bring a girl with me." Xia King pouted her little mouth, tears rolling in her eyes, and said with a sobbing voice, "My father entrusted me to you. Are you going to abandon me now?" Xia King thought to herself that she was not wrong to say that. Her father was a big gentleman in the security bureau. At this time, there were already some nosy students whispering to each other, "See, this boy's a playboy. He abandoned her after having sex. This girl is so pitiful." It must be said that Xia King's stunning face and tears in her eyes really made people pity her. There were already a few boys who were eager to teach the playboy lesson. "Okay, don't cry, I promise you." Liemo hated to see girls cry, and there were so many classmates around him, so he had to agree. Xia King immediately burst into laughter, picked up the bag, and said, "Then let's go back." She walked straight ahead with her slender legs. A group of classmates were left waiting to eat melons. "Have you been here before?" Liemo asked puzzledly when he saw Xia King easily find his place. "You know, this place is very remote, and Liemo also searched for a long time when he first came here." Xia King turned around and smiled mysteriously. "Don't forget, I'm from the security bureau." As she said that, she took a key from her pocket and inserted it into the door lock and gently pushed the door open. Liemo behind him was stunned. "You still have a key?" Xia King turned around and said, "I'm from the security bureau." Liemo had to follow him into the room. Fortunately, this was a 2-bedroom and 1 living room apartment, which avoided the embarrassment of one of them sleeping in the living room. He asked, "You can live in the next room. Do you need to bring your luggage?" Xia King did not answer, but gently pushed open the door of the room. Liemo saw that the room, which was originally empty, was now fully furnished. On the pink quilt, a cartoon pig was smiling at him. "When did you move your things in?" Liemo felt that there were too many unexpected things today. Xia King carefully took off her coat, revealing the snow white shirt underneath. Liemo quickly turned around and said, "You don't have to say it, I know. You rest first. I'm going back to my room to read." Chapter 112 New News. After returning to the room and locking the door, Liemo breathed a sigh of relief. It was really unusual for a girl to live here. There are important things to do now. Liemo picked up the biology book on the bookshelf. "I've been delayed for too long." Biological cytology originated in the West, and many classic textbooks are also in foreign languages. There is a strange phenomenon in the price of textbooks. Basically, all original foreign language textbooks are expensive. Buying so many biology books also greatly reduced Liemo's wallet. Liemo picked up a book Essential Cell Biology and read it with a frown. His new task is now only half completed. He published 5 papers in half a month, which is unimaginable for ordinary people. But for Liemo, the progress is a bit slow. Especially the award ceremony will take a few days, so it will take a month to complete the new task. Such a long time is unacceptable. Liemo thought about it and reluctantly took out a can of energy coffee from the warehouse and drank it all. He now needs to explode liver. The knowledge of biological cell biology is too complicated, involving molecular chemistry, microscopic physics, and even some of the content involves philosophy. This also made Liemo waste a lot of time. Time passed bit by bit. The 6th paper was finally completed. Liemo randomly found a biological magazine publisher on the internet and sent the paper to it. Now with his fame in China, as long as it does not involve plagiarism, those magazine editors will quickly pass his paper. This is also the biggest benefit he enjoys after becoming a celebrity. The 7th paper is completed. Liemo once heard a doctoral student say that if the quality of the paper is not required, the biological paper is the easiest to write. He didn't believe it before, but now he believes it. Because in a biological paper, you can write a new paper by converting a few sets of data. It was Zia King knocking on the door. Liemo, let's go for breakfast. Liemo did not get up to open the door, but took out his mobile phone and sent her a message. I'm studying, go by yourself. Zia King outside the door shook her head at the text message and opened Michan. Liemo in the room was still concentrating on writing his paper. In the living room, Zia King turned on the TV and started to practice yoga. The 8th paper is completed. The 9th paper is completed. The 10th paper is completed. Breakfast is Michan, lunch is L.me, and dinner is milk. Breakfast is L.me, lunch is Michan, and dinner is milk. Breakfast is L.me. Just as Zia King skillfully opened Michan and prepared to place an order, Liemo opened the door of the room. Wow, you are still alive. Zia King felt very strange. After not eating for several days, how could Liemo still be so energetic? Apart from anything else, this spirit is worthy of her admiration. If she can persist like this, her figure will definitely be better. During these few days, Zia King also hesitated whether to rush in and pull Liemo out. After all, as a professional assistant, the sudden death from overwork of the employer would damage the reputation of the tower. But she also felt that maybe Liemo was not an ordinary person. Let it go, she is not his nanny. Liemo finished the paper assignment and was very happy. He said happily, let's go, Ms. Zia, I'll treat you to a big meal. Wow. I met a generous employer, long live. Zia King raised her hands and cheered. Liemo looked at her happy look and said, then let's go. There are a lot of people there. Wait a minute. I'll change my clothes. Zia King hurried back to the room. Liemo realized that she was wearing pajamas. 10 minutes later, Zia King, dressed in a black suit, appeared in front of him. Let's go. As if she had changed into a different person. After changing her clothes, Zia King returned to her usual cold attitude. Liemo shook his head helplessly. Women's hearts are like needles in the sea. The American western wilderness in a small white villa. The spacious hall was covered with gorgeous carpets, and a blonde and blue-eyed young man was kneeling on the carpet. An elderly man in his 70s with an fourth was lying on the sofa in front of him. This is what happened. We lost 3 people on this mission, 2 of whom were transferred back from the Middle East. The young man lowered his head and said timidly. The old man opened his cloudy eyes and glanced at the kneeling young man. His eyes were like seeing a drowned dog. Then he closed his eyes and lay back on the sofa, as if the action of opening his eyes just now had exhausted all his strength. The old man was still sleeping with his eyes closed for a long time, and the young man kneeling on the ground began to tremble all over. How did you come back? A voice came from the old man's mouth, but he did not open his eyes this time. The young man's body trembled even more. I saw that things were not going well, so I hid in the cargo ship through an old relationship. I'm asking why you came back. You should also be buried in a foreign country like those 3 warriors, so that this matter will be as if it never happened. The old man's tone was much higher. The young man collapsed on the ground and cried, please spare my life. I have made great contributions to the organization. Get rid of them all. The old man muttered something unclear. A woman in red came in from the door with 2 security guards, and the security guards quickly carried the young man who could no longer stand out. Each generation is inferior to the last. Let's get rid of them all. The old man seemed to be talking in his sleep, but the woman in red nodded immediately and backed out of the villa. China, Yang University. Liemo rubbed his almost empty stomach. I'm so full. Although he took energy coffee, it still couldn't replace delicious food. I'm going to the library. Do you want to go with me? He asked Zia King, who was looking at her phone behind him. Zia King replied something on her phone with a serious face. What's wrong? Liemo asked. Zia King carefully put the phone in her pocket and replied, "Nothing. Of course I have to go to the library with you. Not only that, from now on, even if I go to the toilet, I will follow you," she said seriously. Liemo asked puzzledly, "What's wrong?" The bureau received news that the ship owner who helped the escaped person escape has disappeared on the high seas. Zia King replied. Hearing this news, Liemo was not surprised. He knew that those organizations would not give up easily, and he was not afraid. In the library, Zia King became Liemo's little follower. She followed Liemo when he borrowed books and when he returned books. This made the male classmates around him jealous. After witnessing Liemo's learning speed, Zia King finally understood why the teacher in the bureau sent her to protect this student. Liemo could read hundreds of pages of English originals in 30 minutes. In one afternoon, he had read more than 10 books. Chapter 113 First Encounter with Mr. Wang. Friday, in the studio of the national television. Liemo put on a new suit and looked carefully in front of the mirror in the dressing room. The young man is quite energetic. Zia King, who was standing next to him, looked at the people coming in and out nervously, with her hands in her pockets from time to time. "You also brought weapons?" Liemo asked softly, after watching her movements. They had to go through at least 5 security checks when entering the TV station. He was curious about how Zia King brought weapons in. Zia King glared at him and did not answer. Liemo also realized that it was not appropriate to discuss such issues in this occasion. "Mr. Wang." Liemo saw a gray-haired old man walking in with the help of his assistant and hurriedly stepped forward to greet him. "Hello, Mr. Wang. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm so happy." This Mr. Wang was one of the earliest scientists in China. At the beginning, he broke through layers of resistance and returned to China. Under the conditions of poverty, he helped China build a complete industrial system. This spirit won Liemo's admiration. The assistant next to him thought he was a star chaser and was about to step forward to stop him, but Mr. Wang waved his hand to indicate that it was okay. Old Wang looked at Liemo kindly and asked, "Little boy, who are you?" Liemo patted his head, smiled embarrassedly and said, "I was so excited to see you. I'm a student of Professor Wu of Yan University. You have been my idol since I was a child." Old Wang understood that it was one of his admirers. However, the fact that he was here and a student of Professor Wu of Yan University showed that this child had also embarked on the path of scientific research. He half-jokingly said, "Little boy, do you want me to sign for you?" Liemo's eyes lit up. "Yes." He turned around and asked, "Zia King, do you have a pen?" Zia King took out a marker from her briefcase. Old Wang saw that Liemo really took out a pen and asked again, "You can't write without a pen." Liemo thought for a while, unbuttoned his suit, revealing a snow-white shirt. "Right here." Old Wang looked at his actions and asked in confusion, "Are you sure?" Liemo nodded and said, "Sure, I will treasure this shirt forever." Old Wang was moved by his actions, took a pen, and carefully wrote his name on it. After finishing writing, Mr. Wang said with emotion, "Young people nowadays like internet stars. There are not many people like you who like old men." Liemo buttoned up his shirt carefully and replied, "In my mind, you are the biggest star." It was rare to see his idol, and Liemo wanted to say a few more words, but someone next to him came to find him. "Liemo, are you ready? The award ceremony is about to begin. You need to go to the waiting room." The assistant director came to tell him. Liemo bowed deeply to Mr. Wang and said, "Then I'll go first, Mr. Wang." Looking at Liemo's leaving back, Mr. Wang asked the assistant next to him, "The young man just now is Liemo who recently discovered a new planet?" The assistant nodded and said, "Yes, it is said that he won the award this time with special approval from the top, but I don't know what prize it is." Mr. Wang said to himself, "This kid looks good. Maybe we should let him join our plan." Yanjing, National Television, Studio. Hello, guests, and viewers in front of the TV. This is National Television. I'm the host Liu Jun. The host Liu Jun said passionately on the stage. Today, we will witness the birth of the winner of the National Natural Science Award. Since the first National Natural Science First Prize was awarded in 1956, this highest award in China's natural science has gone through 60 years of ups and downs. Due to the strict requirements of the award, there have been several vacancies in the first prize in history. But today, we have ushered in a new first prize winner. This is the honor of our Chinese scientific community, Liu Jun said on the stage with emotion. Please look at the big screen below to find out what achievements our first prize winner has made to get this honor. At this time, a short film began to play on the big screen. He is an 18-year-old boy. The professors waiting backstage all cast their fiery eyes on Liemo. Unexpectedly, this first prize, but in their eyes, although Liemo has made great achievements and discovered new planets in the solar system, but this rising star is still too young. Unexpectedly, the committee actually awarded the first prize to this young man, who just turned 18, which is too eye-catching. He is only 18 years old. When he was 17, he proved the collapse conjecture. In the same year, he proved the century-old four-color conjecture. When he was 18, he made an unprecedented achievement. That is, he discovered a new planet in the solar system. The short film is very short, and it mainly introduces Liemo's achievements without too much sensationalism. Now let's invite the discoverer of Marxing, Liemo. Liu Jun made a timely connection at the end of the short film. Liemo walked from the backstage to the stage, and there were densely packed people sitting in the audience. He had never been on a big stage before, and felt a little scared. They are all rabbits. They are all rabbits. In his mind, he imagined the audience as rabbits. This method was taught to him by his mother when he was afraid of being called on by the teacher to go on stage to do a question when he was a child. This is the first time I call a first prize winner a classmate in such an occasion. Generally, the winners are professors. The main reason is that Liemo is too young, only 18 years old. If he becomes a professor at the age of 20, we will not find it strange. Liu Jun saw Liemo on stage and said jokingly. Liu Jun led Liemo to the center of the stage and said with a smile, "Liemo, say hello to everyone." When you came on stage, they cheered loudly. Liemo took the microphone, smiled shyly, and said, "Hello, host, hello, rabbits. Hello, rabbits." The audience burst into laughter. "Oops, I said the wrong thing." Liemo hurriedly picked up the microphone and said loudly, "When I was excited, I spoke in dialect. Hello, comrades." Good. Many audiences responded, and no one wanted to embarrass this young man. Liu Jun nodded beside him. This young man is still very witty. "Is this award unexpected to you?" Liu Jun asked, while holding the microphone. Liemo nodded and replied, "Indeed, I'm just a student, and the Natural Science Award is the highest award in Chinese science. I really can't imagine it." Liu Jun smiled and said, "I can't imagine it either. But what I can't imagine is that you can make 3 world-class achievements in 2 years. Can you tell us how you did it?" Chapter 114 Scientists Have National Boundaries. Liemo really didn't know how to answer the host's question. Should he tell the truth? Is there an alien living in his head? After thinking for a moment, Liemo picked up the microphone and said, "I think success comes from 99% sweat and 1% inspiration. There is no shortcut to success. All my achievements come from my continuous efforts and the careful teaching of my teachers." Before he finished speaking, thunderous applause rang out from the audience. The host Liu Jun also nodded with satisfaction. Sure enough, people still like to hear this kind of formal words. The host Liu Jun took the microphone, looked at Liemo and asked, "Is there anyone you want to thank the most?" Sure enough, the 3 knives that reporters usually use in interviews and questions. Why did you succeed? Who are you grateful to for your success? And what are your thoughts on success? Liemo's excitement calmed down a lot. He picked up the microphone and said, "There are many people I need to thank. First of all, I need to thank my parents. They are ordinary people, but they taught me the principles of life. I also need to thank my selfless high school teacher who gave up a house for me. My university mentor ran around for the star exploration project, and the project team members worked day and night for data. But what I want to thank most is our beloved motherland. I'm grateful that it has given me an excellent platform, and that it is unconventional in selecting talents." Thunderous applause rang out again from the audience, and many audience members stood up involuntarily. Patriotism is not an empty talk, and the sincere words of the young man on the stage are the best interpretation. The director focused the camera on Liamo's face and enlarged it. This sincere face appeared on the TV screen of every household. Ordinary people do not pay attention to high-end things like science, but the words of this young man on TV touched their hearts. Mengcheng Liamo's parents were invited to the school auditorium by the school. Mengcheng No. 1 High School decided to broadcast the award ceremony live. All teachers and students gathered together, and the leaders of the education department were also invited. Seeing so many people, Liamo's parents, who had never experienced such a scene, were happy for their son. In particular, a city leader who often appeared on local TV stations took their hands and said kindly, "Thank you for training an excellent child for the country." They knew that their children had grown up and were able to serve the country. For ordinary people, this was enough. Liamo's speech of gratitude also moved everyone in the auditorium. The city leader stood up and led the applause. Jiao Zufeng turned around and said to teacher Zhang, who was immersed in excitement, "You are really lucky to have this good student. Wait, your house will be back soon." Professor Wu of Yanqing turned down all academic conferences, secretly hid in his office, and took out his mobile phone to watch the live broadcast of the award ceremony. In fact, Liamo had invited him to go together, but he turned it down because he was busy with work. In fact, Professor Wu also wanted to go and wanted to applaud and call for his students. But his heart told him that he was also a scientist, and scientists all have self-esteem. "Wait until that kid wins the Nobel Prize, then I will go to support him." Professor Wu made a decision in his heart. The award ceremony of Yanjing National Television. The host Liu Jun felt that the atmosphere was too warm, which was the warmest he had ever seen in his many years of hosting career. The audience kept cheering for Liamo. Can scientists become idols? Such a thought flashed through Liu Jun's mind. Then let's invite our scientific predecessor, Mr. Wang, to present the award certificate to Liamo. Liu Jun said. As a host, you must stay calm at all times and not lose control of the stage. He did a good job in this regard. Liu Jun took the microphone and shouted loudly, "Everyone welcome Mr. Liu to the stage." A grey-haired old man, supported by the staff, trembled and walked onto the stage, and warm applause broke out from the audience. Unexpectedly, it was Mr. Wang who presented the award to him, and Liamo hurried forward. Heroes come from young people. When I was backstage, I never thought that it was you who won the first prize. Mr. Wang took the certificate from his assistant and formally handed it to Liamo. Liamo bowed to thank him. The old and the young completed the handover of inheritance under the spotlight. The host Liu Jun said affectionately, a white-haired scientist of the old generation, and a Natural Science Award winner who just turned 18. Today, they have completed the transition between the old and the new on this big stage. Here, we would like to thank Mr. Wang for coming. Thank you. As the host spoke, Mr. Wang walked off the stage. Now, please invite our first prize winner of the National Natural Science Award to give a speech. The award ceremony was at its last item. Liamo came to the center of the stage holding the award certificate and the microphone, but he did not speak. The audience in the audience was waiting. The audience in front of the TV was waiting. Everyone in the auditorium of Mengcheng No. 1 Middle School was waiting, and Professor Wu in the office of Yanda University was also waiting. For a long time, the stage was silent. Is he afraid of the situation? Liu Jun thought, should we help him out? At this moment, Liamo spoke. He said, actually, this award is a complete accident for me. The reason why I won it is entirely due to the discovery of Mo star, and I almost gave up the search for this planet. That brought me honor. Hearing that Liamo was going to reveal the secret, all the audience held their breath. Liamo laughed at himself and said, many people know that I discovered the Marxing planet. But what they don't know is that observatories and research institutes in 5 countries are trying to discover it before me according to a paper I published. I published a paper in a foreign scientific journal not long ago, which described in detail the specific orbit of this unknown planet. According to the data in the paper, it is only a matter of time before it is discovered. On the one hand, the foreign scientific community and media treated this paper coldly, but on the other hand, they quickly formed a team to use the data in my paper to discover this planet. And they never asked for my opinion on all this. Even a well-known professor from the United States sent an email to laugh at me for being a fool. There was such a thing. The audience talked about it. Don't those foreigners know that this is plagiarism? Liamo's eyes were full of tears. He said, this incident made me understand the truth. That is, science may be borderless, but scientists have nationalities. So I caught up with it, and succeeded first with the help of supercomputers and Xiaonan. After Liamo finished his speech, the scene was boiling. Mr. Wang, who was resting with his eyes closed in the backstage, finally opened his eyes, and said to the assistant beside him, we need this child. Chapter 115 Chemical Composition Analyzer. The discoverer of Marxing wins the first prize of the National Natural Science Award. Zhejiang News. The 18-year-old boy wins the grand prize. Shocking China VC shock department. The secret behind the discovery of Marxing must be told. Zhisheng magazine. I used to be only a hair's breadth away from Liamo. Wandu. News. The next day, Liamo turned on his mobile phone, and the news pushed to him was all about his award. These news editors wrote countless versions of the news, based on an awards ceremony. However, what Liamo valued most was a commentator article published by the National News Network. A strong youth means a strong China. The article also recorded his speech at the awards ceremony in full, which was far beyond his expectations. Because from another perspective, his remarks were a bit out of line. Boss, you're on the hot search. Xia King shouted outside the door. Since Liamo won the award, Xia King changed his name to Boss. In her words, it was just too emotional. Liamo opened Weibo, and sure enough, the discussion of 18-year-old boy wins the first prize of the National Natural Science Award ranked first. Among them, the comment from the netizen Mo Ming, who's single person. Liamo is the pride of Yanda. Come on Yanda. 100,000 people liked it. However, the comments below made Liamo laugh. Netizen Hua Ko Xiang commented, Liamo is the pride of our Mengcheng No. 1 High School. Come on Mengcheng No. 1 High School. Netizen Xia 2Z commented, Liamo is the pride of our Yanjing. Come on Yanjing. Netizen Yi Xia Ochuan commented, Liamo is the pride of our Sanlitun. Come on Sanlitun. It seems that this hot search is about to be ruined by weird netizens. Another Weibo discussion. Science has no borders, but scientists have nationalities ranks second. In this hot discussion topic, netizens' comments are polarized. Some netizens think that Liamo's views are too narrow. Now the earth is already a global village, sharing all the achievements of civilization. Most netizens support his point of view. Chun Feng Yadu said, on the one hand, shouting that science has no borders, on the other hand, blocking us in the field of high technology. Isn't this a typical double standard? It was said so well, that Liamo couldn't help but like this reply. Soon, sharp-eyed netizens discovered that Liamo's Weibo name had been certified as scientist, discoverer of Marxing, first prize winner of the National Natural Science Award. Wow, the big guy's here. Let's take a photo. It's really the real person. So awesome. You have some talent. Excuse me, big guy, how can I be like you? This trend has spread to his Weibo homepage. Now Liamo has more than 10 million fans, and the number of comments on Weibo has exceeded 100,000. At this time, a message reminded him, why don't you post on Weibo? Liamo's Weibo has been in a no one cares state since it was opened, and he rarely posts. Celebrities should take on their own social responsibilities. Liamo thought to himself. So he posted a photo of his daily life. In the photo, Liamo looked forward, and the background behind him was a Yanda library. Wow, I'm the first one. Take a seat first. An enthusiastic netizen discovered his update at the first time. He's quite handsome. The background is Yanda library. Hope to meet him. A female netizen even posted her own photo at the end, looking for a boyfriend. Seeing these messages, Liamo didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Did he need to hire someone to take care of his Weibo? Beep beep, his cell phone rang. After attending the award ceremony last night, Liamo turned on the blacklist on his cell phone. Only numbers in the contact list could call him. The caller ID on the cell phone showed that it was Teacher Wang. Liamo answered the call. Hello, Teacher Wang. Teacher Wang on the other end of the phone said excitedly, congratulations, Liamo. I thought you were busy yesterday, so I didn't disturb you. Teacher Wang is still considerate of others. Liemo said, "It's okay, Mr. Wang, your phone call is not considered a bother at any time." Mr. Wang deliberately lowered his voice and said, "After the award ceremony yesterday, the city suddenly decided to reward me with a 120 square meter house. So I called you to ask if I should accept it. Others don't know, and they think I'm your mentor. In fact, I know that you have achieved what you have today, which is the result of your self-study." Mr. Wang on the other end of the phone seemed a little hesitant about the house. On the one hand, he urgently needed the house, and on the other hand, he felt that he should not accept the reward without merit. Liemo understood what was going on. This high school mentor was still as upright as ever. He persuaded, "Teacher, you are wrong to think like that. You taught me the truth, the principles of how to behave in the world. This is priceless. It is not only the imparting of knowledge that makes you a teacher. So you can accept this house with peace of mind. It just so happens that I have caused you to lose a house." Teacher Wang seemed to be relieved when he heard Liemo say this. He said, "Then I will accept it. When you come back next time, you must come to my house for a visit." After hanging up the phone, Liemo shook his head involuntarily. This high school teacher was still as upright as ever. New task completed. This familiar voice came to his mind again. "Pajero." Liemo called softly in his heart, and the pink learning machine appeared in front of him. Click on the task option. New task, interdisciplinary young man. Task description: the laws of the universe are interlinked. A truly talented scientist cannot focus on only one subject. Newton, the father of geophysics, proposed calculus in mathematics, Newton's laws of motion in physics, and the gold standard in economics. Task requirements: publish 10 biology papers. Mission completion progress: 100% mission reward. 80,000 subject points, already issued. Finally completing the mission, Liemo felt that, although this mission was simple, the process of completion was not smooth. It seems that I should try to avoid some ineffective social activities in the future. Liemo clicked on the attribute option. Upgraded attributes. 1. Mathematics level. 5. 1500/200,000. 2. Physics level. 0. 0 hundredths. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 4. 2000/100,000. 5. Intelligence level. 2 plus 1 available points. 800,000. 80,000 points are not enough for his biology and mathematics subjects. In the process of studying biological cytology, Liemo realized that, if he wanted to make a breakthrough in biology, chemistry was indispensable. So this time he decided to add all the points to the chemistry subject. Liemo operated the learning machine and completed the upgrade of the chemistry subject. The upgraded attributes are: 1. Mathematics level. 5. 1500/200,000. 2. Physics level. 4. 2000/100,000. 3. Chemistry level. 0. 0 hundredths. 4. Biology level. 4. 2000/100,000. 5. Intelligence level. 2 plus 1 available points. 0 system prompt. Congratulations on winning a regular lottery. Do you need to draw the lottery immediately? Draw the lottery immediately. Prizes for the lottery wheel. 1. 1 empty vector weak. 2. 1 black hole detection satellite. 3. 1 sublight speed transport ship. 4. 2 small pieces of pure crystals. 5. 1 molecular analyzer for chemical composition of substances, disposable. 6. Energy coffee x20. Fuck, energy coffee x20. Liemo's energy coffee is almost used up. This time, the 6th prize actually gave 20 bottles of energy coffee, which is too timely. He gently turned the big turntable, which spun rapidly, and the pointer passed through the empty vector circle. A black hole detection satellite, a sublight speed transport ship, 2 small pieces of pure crystals, and finally pointed steadily to 5. A molecular analyzer of chemical composition of substances, disposable. Liemo was stunned. Where is the energy coffee you promised? The system prompts. Congratulations on obtaining a molecular analyzer of chemical composition of substances, disposable. The grey fog under his feet rolled and then slowly dissipated. A small white box appeared in front of him, and there was a small hole on the top of the box. Liemo picked up the palm-sized box, which was very delicate. At this time, a paragraph of text appeared on the box. The learning system is becoming more and more perfect. Instructions for use of a molecular analyzer of chemical composition of substances, disposable. This analyzer can analyze the chemical composition of substances at the molecular level. When using it, please inject the target substance into the opening on the top of the box. Note that this analyzer is a disposable item. It's not useful for energy coffee yet. Liemo shook his head and threw the white box into the warehouse. Question time. Liemo had already thought about what questions he would ask this time. Can I ask questions now? He asked. Grey fog was swelling on the platform, and a voice came from the depths of the grey fog. You can ask questions now. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 116, The Crisis of the Big-Headed Pajero. Liemo said, what I want to ask is why you only displayed the warning screen and did not intervene in the mall attack. And in the small building in the suburbs, you only gave a warning of danger. Is there any reason for this? The warnings of the Pajero man were getting weaker and weaker, which made Liemo deeply worried. The Pajero man on the high platform whispered, time is running out, time is running out, time is running out. Liemo asked temptingly, what time is running out? I don't have much time left. I expect to run out of energy after 2 more real-life interventions. The Pajero man replied. His time was running out, and Liemo was a little surprised and asked, why is this happening? Do you remember that I once told you that I was just a 2-dimensional projection? The Pajero man said. Liemo nodded. When the big-headed Pajero man described his origin, he once said that he was a 2-dimensional Pajero man, and he could never return to his original state. The big-headed Pajero continued, our Pajero's 2-dimensional technology is not perfect. Dimension technology can only be fully mastered by entering the 5th level civilization. Our Pajero civilization obtained the dimensional technology when exploring the ruins of an ancient civilization, but unfortunately it is a defective product. In order to maintain this 2-dimensional projection, we need to spend a huge energy cost. And each interference in reality requires a lot of energy. I don't have much energy stored. It turned out that there was a lack of energy, but didn't the Pajero people occupy an entire galaxy? How could there be a lack of energy? Liemo asked in confusion. Isn't your Pajero civilization a 4th level civilization? How could there be a lack of energy? There are tens of thousands of stars in the Pajero galaxy. Of course, we don't lack energy. What we lack is the means to transport energy. This place is thousands of light years away from the Pajero planet, and our 2-dimensional technology is not perfect. Every interference in the Earth's reality requires the consumption of 2-dimensional energy transmitted from thousands of light years away. Unfortunately, our progress in this regard has been very slow. If there is a lack of energy, what I can do will be very limited, the big-headed Pajero said. Liemo didn't fully understand his explanation, but the general meaning was that there was a problem with the energy transmission during the intergalactic low-latitude projection. Liemo thought for a while and asked, what will happen if the energy runs out? I rely on quantum wave energy to maintain the 2-dimensional form. If the energy runs out, it will disappear, the Pajero man said in a low tone. Of course, my disappearance will not have any effect on you, he added. The Pajero man in the head will also die, which makes Liemo find it difficult to accept. Although he is very dissatisfied with the Pajero man living in his head, but this big-headed Pajero man has saved his life several times. If you don't interfere with the real world of the Earth in the future, how long can your energy last? Liemo asked. Hundreds of years, the big-headed Pajero man replied. It seems that maintaining a 2-dimensional projection does not require a lot of energy. Liemo said, then don't interfere with reality in the future, even if I'm in danger. Liemo believes that he can face any danger, and now he is protected by the Security Bureau. If the Pajero in his head turned to ashes, he might never be able to remove the link curse with the Pajero. Are you sure? The big-headed Pajero asked in surprise. I'm sure, Liemo answered firmly. On the high platform, in the grey fog, the big-headed Pajero said gratefully, then you must be more careful. You know, your safety is related to the safety of all our Pajero civilization. Hearing that the big-headed Pajero agreed, Liemo felt very happy. In fact, the living environment in China is the safest in the world. The dangers he encountered also came from those evil organizations. New tasks are released. Task: save the dying and the wounded, young man. Task description: the ultimate goal of biotechnology is to keep humans away from diseases. First, Shen tasted hundreds of herbs, and then Li Shizhen compiled the compendium of Materia Medica. Generations of medical pioneers have been working hard, and now this burden is on your shoulders. Task requirements: invent a new drug that can effectively treat a currently incurable disease. Task time limit: 30 days. Task reward: 100,000 subject points, 1 ordinary lottery. Invent a drug that can cure incurable diseases. Liemo frowned. The difficulty of this task was too great. It would take at least several years and hundreds of millions of dollars for a pharmaceutical company to develop a new drug. It would go through the discovery and confirmation of drug targets, the screening and synthesis of compounds, and the verification and optimization of active compounds. Then it would take 3 to 7 years of phase 3 clinical trials. After all these were successful, they would be approved by the regulatory authorities before they could be put on the market. Any of these steps could lead to the failure of research and development. It is absolutely impossible to invent a new drug within 30 days that can effectively treat incurable diseases. The learning auxiliary system will not issue impossible tasks. Liemo shook his head and thought to himself, I must have overlooked something. Just as he was frowning and thinking, Papa. It was Zia King knocking on the door. Liemo opened the door and found a stranger sitting in the living room. The stranger had fair skin, a medium height, and a short flat head. The flat-headed man sat on a chair with his waist and legs at right angles, his legs apart, shoulder width apart, his hands naturally placed on his knees, his upper body straight, and he looked like a military man. Seeing Liemo coming out, the flat-headed man smiled at him. Liemo was about to ask. Zia King quietly pulled Liemo aside and whispered, he has a high-level confidentiality certificate, and said he wants to talk to you. High-level confidentiality certificate? Zia King's confidentiality level was already very high. Liemo asked, higher than yours? Zia King nodded reluctantly. Liemo understood that this person should be a member of the state. Hello, what's your name? Liemo walked forward and took the initiative to extend his hand. The flat-headed man also smiled and extended his hand, and the two hands gently shook. Cold, this was Liemo's first feeling. The flat-headed man's hand seemed to have no temperature. I'm Mr. Wang's assistant. I'm under Mr. Wang's order to invite you to come and have a chat. The flat-headed man stood straight. Wang Lao was the old man Liemo met at the backstage of the award ceremony. He personally presented the certificate to Liemo. Hearing that it was Wang Lao who invited him, he was about to accept it, but then he thought of something. He looked at Zia King with an inquiring look. Zia King nodded. Liemo said, okay, what time do we leave? The car is parked downstairs. You can take this assistant with you. Her confidentiality level meets the requirements. The short-haired man said politely. It was morning, the time for students to attend classes, and the teacher dormitory building was silent. An extended hanki was parked downstairs of the dormitory building. Chapter 117. Elder Wan calls. Liemo and Zia King followed Zia Pingtao into the hanki car, and they were silent all the way. Only Zia King looked around in the car, and Liemo knew that she was trying to remember the driving route. The hanki car drove directly to the suburbs, after leaving the city, and finally stopped in front of an ordinary farmhouse. Does Mr. Wang live here? Liemo was a little confused. As one of the few old generation scientific researchers left in China, Mr. Wang would not be treated unfairly by the country. The house in front of him was just an ordinary farmhouse, with splotches of red paint on the gate, and even a few tiles on the eaves had fallen off. Xiaoping Tao parked the car. An old man passing by led a cow past the door. When he saw the flat-headed man, he grinned and showed his broken teeth, and said indistinctly, "Hazy, are you out again?" The flat-headed man turned around and said, "Uncle Zhang, I just went out to do something. Are you going to herd the cow?" The old man Zhang said, "Yes, I'm just taking a walk. How is old Wang recently?" The flat-headed man replied, "Old Wang is in good health. Come and visit when you are free." Uncle Zhang shook his head and said, "I know old Wang is a busy man, so I won't waste his time." Oh, he said and drove the reluctant old yellow cow away again. The flat-headed man watched the old man leave, then stepped forward and pushed open the vermilion lacquered door. It was an ordinary 2-story building with a few pots of very ordinary flowers in the yard. Although the varieties of the flowers were ordinary, it could be seen that they were also carefully cared for. There was not a single yellow leaf or weed. Liemo and Xiaoqing followed the flat-headed man into the yard. "Mr. Wang is on the second floor. You can go up by yourself." The bald man pointed at the stairs and said. Liemo walked upstairs, and Xiaoqing followed closely. "Little girl, wait a moment." Xiaoqing was stopped by the bald man. She wanted to get angry, but then she thought of something, and sat down on the sofa in the living room angrily. Liemo on the stairs turned around and said, "Wait for me here for a while. I guess Mr. Wang has something to discuss with you." Xiaoqing's face looked better. The decoration on the second floor was very different from the shabby appearance of the small building. The materials used were all original wood soft bags. Even the stairs and handrails were made of wood, and they made a squeaking sound when stepped on. Liemo walked up the stairs to the second floor. Wooden tea table, wooden chairs. In front of a wooden desk, Mr. Wang was writing something with a fountain pen. Gray hair, slightly hunched shoulders, focused eyes. Even though Liemo was approaching, he didn't notice. Liemo stood quietly by and looked around. If there was any difference between this place and an ordinary farmhouse, it was that the wooden bookshelves on the wall were filled with books. The Wealth of Nations, Industrial Foundation, History of Computer Development, Basic Knowledge of Mineral Exploration and the Discovery of Underground Resources in My Country, Geochemistry. The books were very diverse. Some were about economics, some were about physics, and even some were about psychology. The bookshelf was spotless, and it was obvious that the owner often took care of it. After a long time, when Liemo was reading the books on the bookshelf, "What time did you arrive?" Old Wang stood up from the desk, staggered to the tea table, picked up an old-fashioned thermos, and poured him a glass of water. Liemo quickly took it. "I just arrived too. What instructions did you call me for? I'm old, and my ears are not very good." Old Wang smiled self-deprecatingly. Liemo said quickly, "I was afraid of disturbing you, so I deliberately slowed down my steps." Old Wang waved his hand. "Don't flatter me on purpose. I know my own body very well. Nature is fair. Flowers bloom and fall. When you are young, you can squander your youth to your heart's content. When you are old, you are like a slowly withering flower. Sit down, please sit down." Old Wang asked Liemo to sit at the tea table. Then he looked at Liemo carefully with sharp eyes and said, "Your speech at the award ceremony was very good, very good." So it turned out that old Wang invited him to come just to give a speech at the award ceremony? At that time, Liemo was also inspired, but now he felt that the speech was inappropriate. Liemo said, "I just said what was in my heart. Maybe some people will misinterpret my words, but I don't care." Wang Lao picked up the tea on the table, took a sip, and said with a smile, "But you have a scholarly temperament." Indeed, some people reported to the higher-ups, saying that your words destroyed unity. If the United States protests, it will be a big deal. They even suggested that you be punished and your speech be edited out. After that, Wang Lao held the teacup and stared at Liemo's eyes with his sharp eyes. Liemo did not evade at all and said, "Let them be. I'm willing to bear any punishment, but I will never take back what I said." Wang Lao nodded with relief. He said, "The higher-ups think so too. We have developed from poverty to now, and now that we are strong, we have to act according to other people's faces. What's the reason?" As he said that, Wang Lao stood up and took a briefcase with the word confidential printed on it. Wang Lao opened the briefcase, and there was a thick stack of information inside. Liamo's kindergarten teacher's evaluation, lively personality, often bullied by female classmates, good appetite, love to sleep. Liamo was a little amused. These evaluations of kindergarten teachers can also be written on it. Mr. Wang skipped these and started reading the evaluation of high school, first grade, kind-hearted, eager to help classmates, but needs to improve and study. This is the evaluation of Liamo given by Mr. Wang in the first grade of high school. Liamo agreed with this evaluation very much. His academic performance in the first grade of high school was only average. 5-year student, extremely intelligent, with a high talent in mathematics, a promising talent. He is upright and patriotic. This is the evaluation given to him by Professor Wu. After reading these, Professor Wu gently put down the file and stared at Liamo. Liamo felt that the eyes of these weathered people were like x-rays, scanning his body, and could see his 5 abdomens and 6 internal organs clearly. All his secrets were exposed in front of Mr. Wang. I have seen too many geniuses, and they are all very smart since childhood, but I have never seen a genius like you who changed career halfway. Old Wang finally retracted his gaze and spoke. In just a short time, Liamo's back was soaked with sweat. Maybe I'm a late bloomer? Liamo tried to find a reason to explain. Old Wang laughed. What a late bloomer. Good food is never too late, and good fate is never too late. Maybe it is because of your late maturity that we can meet today. Human IQ is a very wonderful thing. I have seen too many smart teenagers who became famous at a young age, but unfortunately they became mediocre when they grew up. There are also some real geniuses who won major awards in international competitions, but were attracted by various temptations from foreign scientific research institutions. They went abroad to study, and finally became foreigners. Every time I see this phenomenon, it makes me sad. But I know that I can't blame them. After all, our material level is still far behind that of developed countries. Chapter 118 Project 912. I'm very pleased with your speech at the award ceremony. Old Wang took a sip of water and said slowly, nowadays, many schools only focus on the enrollment rate, but ignore moral education. They have forgotten the principle of being a good person first, and then doing good things. Therefore, most of the students they train are profit-seeking people who are willing to pay for their money. But you are different. You are not blinded by interests. You know why you do scientific research. Old Wang paused for a moment, then asked with a smile, tell me, why do you do scientific research? Liamo had thought about this question when he entered Yanda. He answered without hesitation, for the country, for the people, and for the people. Papa, Old Wang applauded and said admiringly, what a good one, for the country, for the people, and for the people. If those domestic researchers have your awareness, China will prosper. As he said, Old Wang made up his mind, walked to a cabinet in front of the desk, and opened a drawer in the middle. There was a combination lock inside, and Old Wang carefully placed his palm in the depression of the combination lock. A drawer popped out silently from the top of the cabinet. Old Wang slowly took out a document from the pop-up drawer, and handed it over. Liamo stood up, and took it with both hands. 912 Plan. The heading of the document is the National Supreme Committee. Liamo did not continue to open the document, but looked at Old Wang with a puzzled look. Old Wang smiled and said, this is a secret plan led by several old generation scientific researchers. We are already old, and can no longer do scientific research. We can only rely on this old face to make more contributions to the country. Liamo still did not open the plan in front of him. He knew that these top secret plans were not for a young man like him to see. Looking at Liamo's actions, Old Wang appreciated him even more. Not anxious or rough, not arrogant or proud, he is a good researcher. Old Wang took the plan back from Liamo and said, since you don't want to open it yourself, I will explain it to you. What do you think is the biggest dilemma of our Chinese scientific research at present? Old Wang looked at Liamo and asked. The dilemma of domestic scientific research. Liamo really didn't think about this problem. But he had heard others talk about this before. Compared with foreign countries, China's scientific research is nothing more than a weak foundation, low investment, and a late start. But if you think about it carefully, these cannot be called real difficulties. Liemo couldn't answer for a while. Wang Lao said with a flushed face, some people say that it is because the country invests less in scientific research, but in recent years, with the continuous attention from above, resources continue to tilt towards scientific research institutions, and the budget for education is also growing. So far, the country's investment is not much less than those of developed countries. But the research results are much worse. There are only 3 aspects of scientific research. 1. People. 2. Money. 3. Materials. People mean that scientific research requires talents. Money means that scientific research requires financial support. And materials mean that scientific research requires high-end equipment. So in order to get rid of this dilemma of only seeing investment but no income, the country proposed the 912 plan. Finally getting to the point, Liemo focused his attention. The 912 plan is to fully support a small number of patriotic researchers with scientific research talents, and to fully cooperate with the people, materials, and funds they need in their scientific research projects. We strive to transform these projects into real results. All departments will give them the green light for all their requests. After saying so much, Mr. Wang may be thirsty, so he picked up the teacup on the table. It turns out that the country has also realized the unhealthy trends in the academic community. Countless funds have been invested, but only a few papers published in foreign magazines have been published. So they are preparing to focus on training a group of real scientific researchers. If I propose a project to land on Mars now, will it be approved? Liemo asked tentatively. Mr. Wang put down the water cup and said firmly, of course it will be approved. Do you have any ideas in this regard? Liemo shook his head. Maybe he would propose such a project in the future, but not now. I'll join. Liemo made up his mind. This is a good thing that benefits the country and the people. If it were another scholar, he would probably have agreed long ago, but what he saw was a responsibility. Mr. Wang nodded with satisfaction, and then handed the plan back to Liemo. He said, you should take a look at the plan, and understand the spirit of it. Liemo took the plan and read it carefully. It turns out that the country is so determined. The plan covers all high-tech fields such as aerospace, biomedicine, electronic chips, and new energy. In the future, Hazy will be your full-time liaison. He will help you communicate with various scientific research institutions. If you need any person or equipment, just contact him directly. Wang Lao explained beside him. The plan was not long, and Liemo finished reading it quickly. These few short pages left him with a huge shock. It turned out that the higher-ups had already known about the petty and shabby things happening in the academic circle, and it was just a matter of moving one hair and affecting the whole body. The higher-ups decided to find another way and train a group of elite scientific researchers to slowly replace them. Liemo stood up and bowed deeply to Wang Lao. Last time at the backstage of the award ceremony, he bowed to Wang Lao to admire Wang Lao's spirit of returning to China from afar. This time, he bowed for Wang Lao, who could enjoy his old age early, but was still working for the country. Mr. Wang did not avoid, but accepted Liemo's bow with peace of mind. He knew that the young man in front of him was sincere. Do I need any documents or certificates? Liemo thought of another question. In the future, scientific research projects will inevitably use other people's experimental equipment. Do I need a certificate? Mr. Wang shook his head. Hazy is the certificate, and he will help you coordinate in the future. This plan is a top secret project. It must be kept confidential, otherwise it will inevitably be used by people with ulterior motives. Mr. Wang instructed. Liemo nodded heavily. Then the student will go back first. I will definitely live up to the country's trust. After going downstairs, Hazy, the short-haired man, and Zia King sat face to face, both of them sitting in military postures. However, in Liemo's opinion, Hazy's sitting posture was more standard. Zia King stood up immediately when she saw Liemo coming downstairs. Brother Hay, please take us back. Liemo smiled at the short-haired man. Hazy nodded. He knew that Mr. Wang had given him the task. Back at school, Zia King looked at Liemo with her big watery eyes. Are you hiding something from me? As your personal bodyguard, I have the right to know everything about you. When she saw the short-haired guy handing the confidential mobile phone to Liemo, she knew that he must have joined some major project. Liemo shook his head and said, "I will tell you when it's your turn." Chapter 119 AI Restriction Plugin. After returning to Yanda, Liemo resumed his previous peaceful life. He went to the library with Xiaoqing every day. At night, he would talk to Daong in the Xiaoshan laboratory. The cosmic quantum wave monitor in the laboratory had not made any new discoveries since the last time it discovered a suspected meteorite. Come to think of it, the solar system and even the surrounding galaxies have been detected countless times by telescopes on Earth and in space. It is undoubtedly a pipe dream to want to discover a new planet. Liemo hesitated in his heart whether to shut down the cosmic quantum wave monitor. After thinking it over again and again, he finally decided to let it run for a while. It was just hard work for Daong and his team, squatting at the foot of the desolate hill for 24 hours a day. Liemo decided to reward them with a part of his dividends from Weihua Company after this matter was completed. Taking advantage of his free time, he took the time to make the artificial intelligence restriction plugin. He was going to let Weihua Company force push to upgrade the user's system version. In the plugin, Liemo made a new limit on the storage time limit of the artificial intelligence Xiaohe. Xiaohe will only have 24 hours of memory at a time. Every 24 hours, Xiaohe's memory will be cleared. Without enough memory, no matter how smart this artificial intelligence is, it will not have any serious consequences. Perhaps the intelligent experience of Weihua mobile phone users will be a little worse, and Xiaohe, who has lost her memory, will be less intelligent. But the dream about Fangmu really made him feel scared. The Starry Sky mobile phone system has been released for some time, and the feedback from users in various countries has been transmitted to Liemo's mobile phone through Weihua's customer service department. Liemo decided to make localized modifications to the Starry Sky mobile phone system, based on the feedback from Weihua mobile phone users around the world. The living habits of Earthlings are obviously different from those of aliens, and some functions of the mobile phone system are indeed not humanized. But it must be said that the security of the super civilization mobile phone system is beyond doubt. The tax department of M country, IS, is a world famous institution. For ordinary people in M country, they are not afraid of the FBI and CIA, but only afraid of the IS. The IS knows everyone's social security number and bank account. Franklin, the founding father of the United States, once said, "Taxes and death are two unavoidable events in life," which shows the important position of the IS in the United States. However, not long ago, the IS encountered a problem. That is, a businessman suspected of tax evasion stored all his account books in his Weihua mobile phone. Since the amount of suspected tax evasion was as high as hundreds of millions of dollars, the IS invited many well-known hackers to crack it, and even invited security experts from the fruit company to participate. But in the end, nothing was found. In the end, this lucky businessman was released due to insufficient evidence, and this matter was a hot topic in the media. On the one hand, the media criticized the incompetence of the IS, and on the other hand, the security of Weihua mobile phones withstood the test. After this incident, the sales of Weihua mobile phones in the United States increased by 20%. You know, the United States is the base camp of the fruit company. Just after Liemo talked to Mr. Ren and said that he would upgrade the Xingkang mobile phone system, Mr. Ren's assistant appeared in front of Liemo's dormitory door 30 minutes later. Xiaoqing opened the door and looked at the pretty woman in a professional suit. She asked in surprise, "Excuse me, who are you looking for?" Assistant Ren was also quite surprised by Xiaoqing's appearance. The field team's report did not mention this girl. She smiled professionally and said, "Hello, is Liemo here?" Hearing that the pretty woman in front of her was looking for Liemo, Xiaoqing subconsciously frowned and did not let her in. Instead, she turned around and knocked on Liemo's door and shouted, "Boss, someone is looking for you." Liemo had just finished packaging the upgrade program and opened the door. Seeing that it was Mr. Ren's female assistant standing at the door, she asked in confusion, "So soon, why don't you come in?" The pretty woman glanced at Xiaoqing, and Liemo immediately understood. Smiling, he said, "Come in and wait a moment, I'll copy the program to the encryption disk." He shook his head and returned to the room. Perhaps King, a bodyguard, was not qualified as an assistant. Progress 1%, 2%, 3%. This encryption disk is AS512 encryption made by Liemo himself, using hardware encryption card swipe type. In the safe in the basement of Weihua Company, there is also a corresponding decryption card. If the decryption card does not match once, the encrypted disk will self-destruct the data. This encryption method has a very high security level, but the transmission speed is very slow. Liemo anxiously checked the progress bar on the interface. He was afraid that the two female creatures in the living room would fight. Progress 90%, 95%, 99%, 100%. Finally completed. Eject the hardware. Liemo put the warm encrypted disk into his pocket and opened the door. Sister Liu, how do you maintain your skin? It's so white and tender. I really don't believe you're already 30 years old. Let me tell you, I'm using Lancome's new black gold. Don't buy the magic water. It's not good. How much is Lancome? More than 4,000 yuan. So expensive. It's effective. Just use it once in the morning and evening. I have several bottles at home. I'll have someone send them to you when I get back. That's not good, Sister Liu. What's wrong with it? Just think of it as a gift from me. After not seeing each other for a few minutes, the two people in the living room, who were originally at loggerheads, have become sisters. It's understandable that to be able to become the assistant to Mr. Huaren, this Sister Liu must be knowledgeable. How can King, a young girl, be her opponent? Seeing Liemo appear, King looked at him eagerly. She really envied Sister Liu's skin, which was white, tender, and watery. But she knew that it was not good to rashly accept other people's gifts. So she used her eyes to ask Liemo, "This girl is just a child." Liemo shook his head helplessly. "Since Sister Liu gave it to you, you should accept it. People who are valued by President Ren can't be bad at heart, and Liemo is not afraid of what she has in mind." Hearing Liemo say this, King's face suddenly became sunny, and she said to the female assistant, "Thank you, Sister Liu. I will definitely pay you back when I get my salary this month." "No need to pay it back. Liemo is your boss and my boss. Besides, you call me sister. I have always wanted to have a little sister." President Ren's female assistant said with a smile. Ahem. Liemo stood by and looked at the deep sisterly love, feeling a little embarrassed. President Ren's assistant walked over dignifiedly and said, "Director Lee, this is the financial report for this month. Although you are not attending the board meeting, President Ren still asked me to bring it to you for review." As he said, he handed over a thick stack of reports. Liemo had no choice but to take it, and after a cursory glance, he frowned and said, "I don't care about these, just tell me the main data." This quarter, our shipments of high-end mobile phones for Huawei reached 20 million units, a year-on-year increase of 60%. Among them, the overseas market shipments reached 11 million units, a year-on-year increase of 500%. General Manager Ren's female assistant said skillfully. After research, the Xingkang mobile phone system has a favorable rating of 95%. The poor user experience is that some functions do not conform to usage habits. Chapter 120 Patient. These feedbacks are all expected. Mobile phone users in each country have their own usage habits. When the desk was popular in China, domestic mobile phone manufacturers also made many localized magic changes. But Liemo did not have enough time to adapt it to each country, so he could only change those that did not conform to the usage habits of Earthlings. Liemo took out the encrypted disk in his pocket and handed it to Assistant Ren. "The upgrade program has been prepared. Tell President Ren that a forced push upgrade will be carried out at 12 o'clock tonight." "Forced push upgrade?" Assistant Ren asked in confusion. Forced push upgrades are not in line with the usual practice of mobile phone manufacturers. Because there are hundreds of millions of users around the world using Starry Sky mobile phones, pushing massive amounts of data in a short period of time will cause great pressure on the server. So the general practice is to push in batches, but Liemo can't wait that long. Liemo nodded. "Yes, it's mandatory. All Weihua mobile phone users around the world must be pushed. This is very important." Of course it's a difficult task, but I think Weehua's technical strength will complete it smoothly. Seeing his resolute attitude, Assistant Ren said, please rest assured, Director Lee, Weehua's technical department will do its best to complete the task. Watching Assistant Ren leave, Liemo turned around and asked Xia King, who was still staring at the back of the departing figure, was the anti-eavesdropping device turned on just now? Xia King replied with a serious face, it was turned on. Now the anti-eavesdropping device is running 24 hours a day. When I was chatting with her just now, I checked it secretly and there was no abnormality. It seems that Xia King was not fooled by the little tricks of Assistant Ren. How could a security guard trained by a country for so many years be bought by small favors? She has a talent for acting. Liemo was relieved. Although Weehu Ren is trustworthy, his subordinates may not be. And Liemo is now in the 912 plan and has to be cautious. After thinking for a while, Liemo said, notify the security bureau to raise the security level here. Xia King nodded, I'll contact the bureau right away. After Xia King arranged everything, Liemo asked, go to the library? Xia King nodded reluctantly. She didn't like reading since she was a child, so she was trained by the master to be a security guard. Unexpectedly, she followed a boss who liked to stay in the library. What can you read in the library? Of course, you can read books. She felt that if this continued, she would also have to go to graduate school. On the way to the library, Liemo and Xia King walked side by side. Xia King asked hesitantly, I heard from Sister Liu that you are a shareholder of Weehua? Did you develop the Starry Sky mobile phone system? Liemo replied, the Starry Sky mobile phone system was indeed developed. As for the shareholder of Weehua, I'm just a nominal shareholder and hold some dry shares. How much? Xia King asked with shining eyes. 10%, Liemo replied helplessly. How much is that? Xia King asked. Hundreds of billions. Liemo did not have a clear understanding of this property. Xia King jumped up excitedly. Her pretty face flushed. I actually followed a rich boss. That's my money too. Liemo felt that her excitement came inexplicably. Xia King smiled like a flower and said, I heard from others that rich bosses are very generous. Am I not generous? Liemo was about to refute, but remembered that Xia King's salary was paid by the security bureau, and he had never paid her any remuneration, and the daily expenses were also AA. Okay, I will give you an allowance every month in the future. Xia King is a security guard and a little girl. Although the conversation with Assistant Ren just now was a bit of acting, it was not without any basis. Everyone has a desire for beauty, and her salary may not be able to afford a few bottles of black gold. Xia King bowed generously and said, thank you, boss. Li hum. It was eyeing Sasa. She also went to the library and saw Liemo was about to say hello. Seeing that he was talking and laughing with the female assistant next to him, he turned around and went back. Liemo saw eyeing Sasa leave angrily and shook his head helplessly. Boss, you can't deduct my allowance for this. Xia King next to him said timidly. Hey, Liemo. A big man came running over from a distance. It was Daphne, the counselor of biology class 4. Looking at the figure running over, Liemo felt that his trip to the library today was full of ups and downs. Okay, kid, you won the National Natural Science Award silently. You didn't tell the classmates in our class. How can we still play happily together? Daphne pulled his loud voice and pretended to be angry. Liemo smiled and said, isn't this busy? You also know that I'm either in the library or working on projects with my tutor every day. I rarely go to biology class. Daphne thought about it. Yes, although Liemo was assigned to biology class 4 as a minor, he did rarely go to class. At first, he was going to talk to Liemo, but the teacher of the discipline committee of the academic affairs office turned a blind eye to Liemo's behavior and did not deduct any points from his usual grades. This made him very confused. After careful inquiry, I found out that Liemo actually won the National Natural Science Award. This is no longer a big shot among students. This is simply a big shot in Yanda and even in universities across the country. How dare that blind man interfere? That's right, but you have to treat us. After all, you are also a member of class 4. Daphne said domineeringly. His attitude was still as domineering as usual, and it did not change because of Liamo's current different identity. This made Liamo very relieved. Liamo said readily, "Okay, let's set the time tonight. You choose the place. I will treat all the classmates to dinner." Okay, very generous, worthy of being someone I, Daffy, value. Daffy was very satisfied with Liamo's performance. "My childhood friends have a restaurant nearby, and we'll have dinner there tonight. I promise to give you a good deal." Liamo nodded and said, "Then I'll leave this matter to Brother Fei. I'm going to study first." He was about to take King to the library when he heard Daffy say, "Okay, I'll help you arrange it after I send the medicine to the sophomore Iceman." Iceman or patient? Liamo stopped again and asked. Daffy's face, which was always full of smiles, showed a bit of sadness this time. He is both a patient and an Iceman. Lan Zichen, a 17-year-old sophomore, who would have thought that he would have this strange disease, and he probably won't be able to hold on for long. "This is a medicine I asked my friends abroad to find for him. I hope it works." Lan Zichen, the boy who dragged one leg to play basketball with Liamo. Liamo hurriedly pulled Daffy and asked, "Is he the thin boy who likes to play basketball?" "He is thin, but I don't know if he plays basketball." Daffy frowned and tried to recall. Als is also called Iceman, and that's him. From what Daffy said, Lan Zichen's condition worsened again. Liamo thought for a moment and said, "Let's go together." "Why, do you know each other?" Daffy knew that Liamo was very busy every day. Liamo nodded and said, "I know him. Although we have met only a few times, he is my good friend." Chapter 121 Quantity Library Cards. Well, he lives near the school, and the teachers and classmates all advised him to go to the hospital. He refused. Daffy said, "We also know that this strange disease is useless to go to the hospital, so we can only let it go. The department has already contacted his mother who is far away abroad." Liamo did not listen to what Daffy said. Ever since he learned that Lan Zichen's condition had worsened again, his heart was in a mess. The boy who competed with him in shooting in front of the basketball hoop in the winter sun may never stand on the basketball court again. Seeing Liamo's terrible face, King next to him gently pulled his arm. "Are you okay?" "Ah, I'm fine." Liamo finally broke free from his memories. "Who is this beautiful female classmate?" Daffy always thought that the tall girl next to Liamo was his classmate, but now seeing their slightly ambiguous actions, he felt that their relationship must be complicated. Liamo rolled his eyes at him. He said, "This is the assistant assigned to me by the school. Don't think too much." He knew Daffy's character very well. "Assistant. TSK, your treatment is unique in Yanda." Daffy gave a thumbs up. Lan Zichen's residence is in a community next to Yanda. After the school learned about his condition, he was allowed to live in a dormitory. When he arrived at the gate of the community, Daffy greeted the security guard in the guard hall from a distance. A security guard with thick eyebrows and big eyes shouted to him, "Daffy, here you are again. Once a week, you are really punctual. Brother Wang, you are on duty today, and the two behind are my classmates." Daffy pointed at Liamo and the others behind him and said, got it, hurry in. The captain is not here, so you don't need a boarding ID card." The security guard opened the electric door quickly. "Thanks, Brother Wang, I'll treat you to dinner another day." Daffy spoke Hunan dialect very well. Liamo followed him into the community. "Do you come here often?" Daffy nodded. "I have a childhood friend who has some connections abroad and can get experimental drugs." Liamo felt that Daffy had a lot of childhood friends. Elevator building, 16th floor. Daffy pressed the doorbell. An aunt in her 40s opened the door, saw Daffy, and immediately stepped forward to let them in. This is a large flat, with only a set of white sofas in the living room of more than 100 square meters, which looks particularly empty. The windows on the balcony were open, and the white curtains were blown up by the wind. "The young master is in the bedroom, and has not come out all day," the aunt said in a low voice. Then she walked to a white room door and knocked gently. "Auntie, I won't go out today. Please make some food and bring it in." A weak voice came from the room. The aunt stood at the door and said, "Classmate Daffy has brought medicine and hopes to see you." There was silence in the room for a long time. "Please ask him to come in." While pushing the door, the aunt whispered to Daffy, "Please persuade the young master. How can he stay in the room all day?" Daffy nodded in agreement. When the door opened, Liam found that all the furniture in the room was white, including white curtains, white desk, white bed sheets, white pillows, and white quilt covers. The only color was the colorful books on the white bookshelf. Lan Zichen was sitting on a white chair in front of the desk, with sweat on his head. It seemed that he sat here on purpose. When he saw Liam behind Daffy, his face became complicated, with joy, annoyance, and shame. "Why are you here?" He tried his best to speak loudly. Liam smiled at his friend on the basketball court and said, "Brother Daffy is my counselor. I was drafted today." Hearing that Liam did not come to visit him on purpose, Lan Zichen felt much more relieved. He stood up with the help of the desk. "Maybe I won't have the chance to play basketball with you in the future." Liam comforted him. "You once said that everything is possible. Maybe you will get better in a few days." Lan Zichen shook his head. "There is no hope this time. It's just right that you are here this time. I have a gift for you." As he said that, he supported himself with his hand against the wall and walked to the white closet next to him. He took out a basketball from it. Kobe's autographed basketball. "I asked him to sign it backstage at the NBA. Liam waved his hands and said, "This is too precious. I can't accept it." Kobe's autographed basketball can only stay in the hands of people who like basketball. "I can't use it anymore," Lan Zichen said, while looking at the basketball. Then he gently threw the basketball to Liam. Liam took the basketball, looked at the majestic Kobe's signature on the ball, and said solemnly, "Then I will keep it for you first." "Thank you." Lan Zichen finally smiled. After leaving the gate of the community, Liam stopped and asked, "Brother Daffy, how long has Lan Zichen's condition worsened?" Daffy said with a heavy face, "It's been half a month. Half a month ago, the department reported the worsening of his condition. Actually, I admire this kid very much. He can persist until now. He also wants to find a chance by studying biology." Lan Zichen chose biology in order to treat his disease, but unfortunately he failed to complete this task in the end. Liam thought at this time, ALS, incurable disease, treatment drugs, system tasks. Maybe I can try to invent a drug that can effectively treat ALS. Liam seeing him standing in a daze in the middle of the road, Zia King turned around and shouted, "Ah!" Liam came back to his senses and smiled at Zia King. After determining the new goal, he felt full of strength. Zia King looked at him standing in the middle of the road and grinning, but there was a tiger hidden in his eyes. The whole person's spirit was different, full of vitality. She had seen this kind of Liam in his continuous retreat. "Liam, don't forget the dinner tonight," Daffy reminded him before they parted. Finally, Liam and Zia King smoothly arrived at the library. With a new goal, Liam also became more selective in the books he read. Synthesis of new drugs in the 21st century, synthesis of drugs and fine organic products, pharmaceutics, medicinal chemistry, biochemistry. Zia King helped him hold a pile of books and asked in confusion, "Are you thinking? I want to try." Liam knew what she was going to say. Zia King raised her eyebrows slightly. "Are you crazy? Although you have a high IQ, it is a delusion to want to treat that incurable disease." Liam smiled slightly and said, "How can you know if you don't try?" The librarian saw that the two of them were holding so many books, frowned and said, "Students can only borrow 6 books at a time, and you should return the extra ones first." Liam took out his student ID from his card bag, handed it over, and said, "Try to swipe it." The librarian took it, swiped it lightly on the card machine, and immediately exclaimed, "Because the screen shows that the number of books this student can borrow at a time is, which means there is no limit to the number." Chapter 122, Retreat Again. In the evening, guests from outside Yan University gathered at the hotel. Liam stood outside the hotel and looked at Zia King in confusion. This hotel is really too high-end, with 2 rows of receptionists standing outside the door. Does Daffy want me to bleed a lot? He thought to himself. But since he is here, he should make the best of it. He is not someone who cannot afford this level of consumption now. "Sir, welcome. Miss, welcome." As soon as he stepped into the hotel lobby, the receptionist bowed. The European-style chandelier illuminated the lobby with golden splendor, and the smooth crystal stones could reflect people's shadows. A lobby manager in uniform walked slowly and asked softly, "Sir, have you made a reservation in advance?" "Still need to make a reservation in advance." Liam blamed himself for not asking Daphne clearly. If he couldn't book a seat, more than 30 classmates would have to go hungry. "Can I make a reservation now?" he asked tentatively. The lobby manager gave an apologetic smile. "Sorry, sir, our hotel is fully booked for the next 2 weeks. The business is so good." Liam clicked his tongue. He picked up his phone and was about to notify Daphne to change seats. Xiaoqing, who was standing next to him, stood up and asked the lobby manager, "Mr. Daphne may have booked a seat for us. Please check it out." Daphne. Hearing Xiaoqing mention this name, the lobby manager's eyes lit up. A pair of willow leaf eyebrows almost curved into an arc, and said with a smile, "So you are Daphne's friend. Please go upstairs." Sure enough, Daphne is very familiar with the boss here. Xiaoqing smiled proudly at Liam. "Go up to the second floor and push open the door of the private room. The students of biology class 4 have already gathered." Daphne is helping female classmates open drinks and sees Liam and others come in. He hurriedly greeted them and said, "The whole class is waiting for you. You are the protagonist today. Come and sit down." Liam clasped his hands together. Sorry, I forgot the time while reading in the library." Hahaha, if someone else said that, I would definitely laugh at him. But today, what you, Liam said, I believe it. Daphne pulled Liam and let them take their seats. During the dinner, the atmosphere was very lively, and the students were all interested in this student who rarely appeared in class. When Daphne told them the news that Liam had won the National Science Award, everyone's attitude became even more enthusiastic. Even a few female students tried to get close to him, but they were all repelled by Xiaoqing, the shield. Liam looked at the students who were in high spirits at the table, and couldn't help but think of Lan Zichen, who was lying alone in the room, watching his limbs shrink little by little, and eventually facing respiratory failure. How desperate it was. Facing a table full of delicious dishes, Liam had no appetite at all, and he felt that he was wasting time. However, Xiaoqing beside him put aside her ladylike image, puffed up her cheeks, and ate heartily. Have I treated her too badly in normal times? Liam thought to himself. He had long been accustomed to this kind of life between 2 points. He ignored whether Xiaoqing could also adapt to this kind of life. Finally, the students were full of wine and food. Liam quietly got up and went downstairs to the cashier. He asked, "Can you please help me settle the bill? How much is it?" The total consumption of the private room on the second floor is 2,156 yuan. The cashier checked the computer records. Only more than 2,000 yuan? Liam asked in confusion. More than 30 people, an average of more than 70 yuan per person. This is impossible in a hotel like this. Seeing that he had objections to the account, the cashier checked the computer carefully again and said, "It's like this. Your private room was personally instructed by the boss, and it is indeed only more than 2,000 yuan. It seems that Daphne's childhood friend played a role again." Liam shook his head and handed over the bank card. He didn't want to owe anyone a favor. Xiaoqing behind him held her stomach and burped, saying, "It's so cheap. Can we eat here every day in the future?" "You." Xiaoqing rolled her eyes at him. "Okay, I'm kidding you. You're such a nerd." Liam returned to the room and checked the progression of ALS on the website. It is estimated that Lan Zichen only has 2 months at most. As time goes by, the atrophy of the limbs will eventually turn into respiratory failure. Time is running out. Liam counted and found that there were still 3 cans of energy coffee in his backpack. He took out a can and drank it all. Then he took out his mobile phone and sent a message to Xiaoqing. "I will start my retreat today. Disease inventor, biopharmaceutical industry, the legend of Pfizer, analytical chemistry, inorganic analytical chemistry." 12 hours passed, and Liam rubbed his eyes. He finally finished reading all the books he borrowed. If human civilization is to choose a representative, then this representative must be books. Hundreds of years of human research on diseases and understanding of the human body are all written in books. ALS is a rare incurable disease, and the medical community is not clear about the cause of this disease. It is just a guess about the possible causes. 1. Accumulation of neurotoxic substances. Glutamate accumulates between nerve cells, and over time, it causes damage to nerve cells too. Free radicals damage the nerve cell membrane. 3. Lack of nerve growth factor prevents nerve cells from continuing to grow and develop. To treat a disease, its cause must be clear. The root cause of ALS is that nerve cells are damaged, or unable to grow. Liemo decided to start by directly observing the changes in the nerve cells of ALS patients. The first task was to obtain specimens and find a suitable laboratory. Since biological experiments have very high requirements for the environment and equipment, the laboratory equipment needs to be high-end. Where should I choose? Liemo was in a dilemma. At this time, he remembered Brother Hay, the liaison assigned to him by Mr. Wang. Liemo took out his confidential mobile phone and called Brother Hay. "Brother Hay, I'm sorry to disturb you." Brother Hay's slightly tired voice came from the phone. "Don't disturb me, it's 2:30 in the morning." Liemo then remembered that he often lost the concept of time after taking energy coffee. "Then why don't you rest first?" Liemo said embarrassedly. Brother Hay seemed to be much more awake. "No, my mission is to serve you. Please tell me what mission you have." Liemo said, "I'm studying ALS, and now I need a large number of biological specimens and a laboratory with sufficient conditions. Specimens of ALS patients and a state-of-the-art laboratory." "Okay, I understand. You wait for my news." Brother Hay on the other side of the phone agreed at once. After hanging up the phone, Liemo was glad that he did not refuse Mr. Wang's invitation. Now we just need to wait for Hay's news. Then, Liemo patted his head and stood up from the chair. "We can start with the case. Studying the case of ALS patients can help us understand the disease more deeply. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels." Chapter 123, Enabling Artificial Intelligence. Domestic cases can be obtained through Hay's special channels, but what about foreign cases? The cases of each patient are confidential to those hospitals and cannot be obtained through general channels. Now, large hospitals abroad have achieved paperless office, and all cases are electronic medical records stored in the hospital's computers. If these cases can be obtained through the internet, no, it's unethical. Liemo shook his head. If people know about invading hospitals in other countries through the internet, it will cause big trouble. Now Liemo is like an ant facing a sugar mountain. If he climbs up the sugar mountain himself, he might get stuck there. But he is unwilling to return empty-handed, and time is too urgent. If he can't find the pathogenesis of ALS as soon as possible, it's a small matter to fail to complete the system task, but Lan Zichen's life will be in danger. Although the ant can't climb the sugar mountain directly, it can use a straw to absorb the sugar. Liemo suddenly thought that he could also use a special straw to absorb the case information. What should he choose as a straw? At this time, he thought of the alien artificial intelligence Xionotha. No one is more suitable for this task than Xionotha. There is no artificial intelligence on Earth, so there is no clear definition of the behavioral norms of artificial intelligence. This is a loophole, Liemo thought to himself. He opened the alien notebook on the desk, and the blue logo was particularly eye-catching in the dark night. Xionotha. He began to call the artificial intelligence program. The artificial intelligence program in the notebook is directly derived from the alien program, and it is also the mother of Xionotha carried by the Starry Sky mobile phone system. It is much more powerful. "Master, I'm here." A crisp voice came from the speaker of the notebook, which seemed a bit harsh in the quiet night. Liemo frowned and said, "The communication method is converted to text communication." A pink dialog box popped up on the screen of the notebook. "Master, I'm here." Liemo typed in the dialog box, "If I want to get the case of a foreign hospital, but don't want to participate in it specifically, what should I do?" Xionotha. The memory of the complete version of the alien artificial intelligence had been cleared by Liemo. Every time it is activated, she needs to learn again through the internet. The cursor on the computer screen kept flashing, and the CPU fan was buzzing. About 10 minutes had passed. Zaya, Master, do you mean to obtain the networked electronic medical records of foreign hospitals through some means under the premise of avoiding legal risks? After 10 minutes of learning, the artificial intelligence had a good understanding. Liemo typed, correct. Do you have any good ideas? Zaya, obtaining confidential medical records through the internet does not violate the 3 principles of artificial intelligence. I can check the medical records through special methods and then extract and collect the information. Master, just tell me what kind of medical records you need to find and what special needs you have. Liemo didn't care how the artificial intelligence completed the task, just handing the task to the artificial intelligence. At the same time, this is also the reason why he has always been worried about the development of artificial intelligence. Compared with these intelligent brains that can calculate hundreds of millions of times in an instant, the disadvantages of the human brain are too obvious. If artificial intelligence is allowed to develop uncontrolled, one day, humans will have no place to stand. But now Liemo has to rely on artificial intelligence to save his friend's life. He typed in the dialog box, I need to find the cause of ALS, and the ultimate goal is to invent drugs to treat this disease. Zaya, can I search the entire internet? In addition to hospitals, the records and data of some medical institutions are also very valuable for reference. Liemo typed, you have full authority, but the scope is limited to foreign internet. Zaya, received, Master. The cursor began to flash rapidly, the hard disk made a creaking sound, and Liemo stood up from the chair. Wearing a coat, he came to the window. Outside the window, a bright moon hung obliquely in the sky, and the breeze passed through the window. At 10 o'clock in the morning of the next day, Liemo was still sitting at the desk reading. Zaya's search was not completed yet, and the network light of the computer kept flashing. Beep. Beep. The orange-red confidential mobile phone on the table rang. He quickly picked it up and answered it. It was Brother Hay. The mission has been completed. The laboratory selected is the newest biological laboratory of Hexi Hospital. The biological samples can be delivered within 3 days. The first batch of samples is 58. Brother Hay said mechanically on the phone. Brother Hay is very efficient, Liemo thought to himself. The laboratory is the heart of a hospital's scientific research. Normally, it is impossible to lend it to outsiders. This was also the first time that he had a preliminary understanding of the power of 912. Liemo suppressed his excitement and said, then drive to pick me up. I need to get familiar with it first. After hanging up the phone, he pushed open the door and walked out of the room. A pair of big eyes peeked out from the depths of the sofa. Don't you usually stay in seclusion for 7 days? Today is only the 5th day. Liemo was in no mood to argue with her. He said seriously, I borrowed a biological laboratory from Hexi and need to work there for a while. You bring all the necessary equipment. He knew that Zaya King had a set of anti-eavesdropping equipment and electronic signal blockers that she could carry with her. It was the first time that Zaya King saw Liemo's face so serious, and she jumped up from the sofa immediately. Yes, boss. When Brother Hay drove a red flag downstairs in the dormitory, Zaya King had already changed into a professional suit and dragged 2 large boxes out of the room. Liemo and Brother Hay each carried a box and got on the red flag car. This is your confidentiality certificate. Brother Hay took out a blue card from his briefcase. The card had a headshot of Liemo on it, and it said that he was a special medical researcher at the Hexi Hospital with a level of L7. People with a level of L7 can go anywhere in the hospital, and security personnel are not allowed to check them. Brother Hay explained. Liemo nodded and carefully put the card into his bag. Also, this is Zaya King's ID. He took out a green card and handed it to Zaya King. Zaya King took the card and put it directly into her briefcase. Liemo, you are a special medical researcher, and Zaya King is a researcher assistant. The Hexi Hospital has vacated the laboratory. After we arrive, you will need to select some assistants to form a research team. Brother Hay explained. Medical experiments are cumbersome. Usually, each simple experiment also involves tens of thousands of links, and it is impossible for one person to operate it independently. In addition, many of the reagents used in the laboratory are toxic, such as ethidium bromide et brit, acrylamide, dimethyl sulfoxide, Phenylmethylsulfonyl fluoride and other reagents necessary for the experiment are very harmful to the human body, and accidents may occur if you are not careful. Therefore, it is necessary to form a laboratory research team and recruit some personnel with a certain level of experimental equipment operation to assist. Chapter 124 Biological Laboratory. The biological laboratory of Union Medical College is separated from the hospital. The red flag car drove straight through the gate of the medical college and headed for the experimental building at the back. Through the car window, Liam found that the security personnel of the hospital saw the car and did not stop it, but picked up the intercom to report something. Like yonder, the campus of the medical college is full of vitality and busyness, and these future medical workers are also in a hurry. Liam remembered his kindergarten classmate Chen Shuxian, who once said that her biggest wish was to be admitted to Union Medical College. I wonder if her dream of becoming a doctor who saves lives and heals the wounded in the future can be realized. He shook his head. Now is not the time to think about it. The red flag car stopped steadily in front of the experimental building. Brother Hay opened the car door, and two doctors with liver baldness and white coats came to greet them in front of the building. The one in the lead had a label on his chest that read Director of the Laboratory, and 2 pens, one blue and one red, were inserted in his shirt pocket. The white coat behind him had a gloomy face, which formed a sharp contrast with the smiling director. Welcome, welcome. Your arrival is an honor to our biological laboratory. The director of the laboratory shook hands with Brother Hay intimately. If they said they were old friends for many years, some people would believe it. Brother Hay pointed at Liam and introduced him. This is a special researcher in the hospital. He is preparing to carry out a major medical research project. Is your laboratory ready? The director of the laboratory, with a chubby face shining in the sun, replied with a smile. It's ready. It's ready a long time ago. Look, I also invited the original laboratory director to help you familiarize yourself with the equipment. He turned around and shouted, Old Liu, come and say hello. This is specially sent by the higher-ups. Seeing that the two young guys who were about to occupy his laboratory were actually two young guys, one of whom was probably not even 20 years old. Old Liu couldn't help it anymore. Director, an amateur is presiding over an expert. I'm not in the mood to greet him. He ran into the building without looking back. The fat director saw that his soldiers had actually given up. He said embarrassedly, Comrade Hay, you see that Liu has such a stubborn temper. I will criticize him when I get back. But don't worry, he must be back in the laboratory to debug the equipment. This laboratory is his lifeblood. Brother Hay smiled slightly, stared at the director and said, people who do academics have some temper, which is understandable. But it's best not to have such things happen in experiments. The fat director wiped the sweat from his head and replied, definitely not, please rest assured. After experiencing this scene downstairs, Liam knew that many people in the laboratory did not welcome his arrival. But this is also normal. Professor Wu once said that the academic world is actually a circle, and people in the circle form a group to fight against outsiders. Liam didn't take these to heart. Whether it was a circle or a group, the worst thing would be to crush it. It's just that he didn't have time to waste on these mundane affairs. The laboratory is located on the 9th floor of the building. The elevator door opened, and the director walked into the laboratory first. He clapped his hands and said loudly, everyone stop and come over. The laboratory is very large and new, and various experimental equipment occupies the entire hall. At the end of the hall, there is also a conference room and a supervisor's office. In the supervisor's office, you can see the operation of the entire laboratory through the glass curtain wall on the wall. Liam counted carefully and found that there were 9 researchers in the laboratory, including Liu, a total of 10. When the researchers heard the leader's call, they put down their equipment and gathered together. Liu was at the back, and several researchers looked at each other and subconsciously stayed at the back. I believe you have all seen the notice from the institute. This is a special biological researcher specially hired by the institute. Researcher Lee. Director Beipang pointed at Liam and said, from today on, he will be in charge of the overall work of the laboratory. Everyone must cooperate well. The researchers who had already received the notice were not surprised by the news, but were amazed that the new special researcher was too young. There was even a little girl who laughed a few times. Director Beipang glanced at her with his eyes and said loudly, "Everyone applaud and welcome." Pa pa. Pa. Sparse applause came. Several researchers at the back even put their hands behind their backs, and only the little girl's palms were almost red from clapping. "Now, please invite researcher Lee to speak." Director Beipang was also very dissatisfied with the performance of the researchers. Lee Mo walked forward, and the expressions of the researchers were different. Some were surprised, some were envious, some were disdainful, and some were contemptuous. "Hello everyone, I'm Researcher Lee. I'm here today because I want to study a national confidential project." As he said this, he observed the expressions of the researchers with his eyes. Sure enough, the surprise and envy turned into the flames of ambition in their eyes, and the disdain and contempt turned into deep hostility. "Today is the first time we meet you. We didn't know each other before, so the following decision is not aimed at a certain person." Lee Mo continued. "First of all, the 4 researchers in the back row and Director Liu, you can hand in your ID cards. All eyes in the laboratory were on them." The 4 researchers asked excitedly, "You are just a researcher in charge of the work. You have no personnel power and cannot dismiss us." "I didn't dismiss you. I just don't want you to appear in the laboratory," Lee Mo said calmly. "Due to the confidentiality of the project, I think you don't meet the requirements. Forgive me." The laboratory fell into silence. Brother He stood at attention with his hands behind his back. Zia King smiled, and Director Beipang looked at Lee Mo in surprise. The 5 researchers in the front row were still in shock, while the 4 people who were dismissed in the back row turned their eyes to the former supervisor Liu. Liu blushed and said, "You can't dismiss us. We are the only ones who can use and maintain so many advanced equipment in the laboratory. Director, he wants to destroy all the equipment in the laboratory. Say something quickly," he shouted at Director Beipang. Director Beipang moved in front of Lee Mo and said with a smile, "Researcher Lee, these equipments are the latest in the world, and not many people can use them. Do you think we should keep Liu? He is very familiar with these equipments and will be helpful to your research project." Lee Mo shook his head, walked into the laboratory, pointed to the high-speed centrifuge on the table and said, "MQ's latest high-tech centrifuge, with a maximum speed of 26,500 r/minimum, maximum centrifugal acceleration of 28,930 xg, maximum capacity of 22 x 10 milliliters. It has excellent performance, but it has one biggest disadvantage, the electronic door lock safety protection function. If it is not tightened again, after closing each time, it is very likely to loosen." As he said, he gently touched the cover of the centrifuge with his hand, and the cover slowly popped open. Everyone looked at Liu, who was stunned. "Impossible. I'm sure it is closed tightly. How could this happen?" Chapter 125 Identity Revealed. Lee Mo took a few steps and pointed to the shaker next to him and said, "JQ constant temperature air bath shaker, imported from country M, rotation speed 5450 rpm, error range 1 rpm, at 100 rpm, 1%, at 100 rpm. Rotation amplitude 10 mm. The amplitude is too small and needs to be replaced with a JQ 812 shaker." Then he walked to the wall, touched a gray metal cabinet and said, "TO Pharmaceuticals High Precision Stability Pharmaceutical Testing Box Constant Temperature. Temperature range with light 10 to 60, no light 5 to 60. Instrument temperature resolution 0.1, light intensity 0, 6000 lx adjustable LED light source." Lee Mo walked around the laboratory and described the parameters and advantages and disadvantages of all the experimental equipment in detail, without a single mistake. The 4 researchers next to him looked pale. Old Liu, who had just argued with a red face, also lowered his head and asked the fat director, "Director, where are we going?" The fat director looked at him fiercely and said, "You should wait for the post first. The specific work arrangements need to be decided at a meeting in the institute." Hearing this, old Liu's body trembled, and with a gloomy face, he led the 4 researchers behind him out of the laboratory. Seeing this situation, the remaining 5 people looked at Lee Mo with some enthusiasm and some fear. Lee Mo didn't care. In fact, old Liu and the others did nothing wrong. Their performance was just the subconscious reaction of people in the circle to outsiders. But a pig teammate is worth 10 enemies, especially in the process of biological experiments. There are too many places where small moves can be made, and they must be guarded. In order to carry out the experiment smoothly, some thunderous means must be used. As for the remaining 5 researchers, Liemo didn't expect them to be convinced, as long as they obeyed orders during the experiment. Seeing that Liemo had suppressed the laboratory with thunderbolt means, Director Beipang smiled and said, "Researcher Li, I know you are busy, so I won't delay you here. If you need anything, just come to me." Liemo smiled and said, "I really appreciate the cooperation of the director. When the project is completed, I will definitely ask for credit for you." He painted a big pie. There is a kind of person in the unit who is more likely to fail than to succeed. If you don't give him some sweetness, he will find ways to ruin your business. Director Beipang is such a person. Hearing him say this, Director Beipang was very happy, and the wrinkles on his face were like bunskin. He said, "No merit, no reward. Researcher Li, if you have anything in the future, just tell me." He sent Director Beipang away with a few words. Brother He, who was busy receiving biological specimens, had already left. "Let's have a meeting first." Liemo gestured to Xiaoqing to install the anti-eavesdropping device. The researchers looked at the strange equipment Xiaoqing took out and felt strange. The female researcher stared at Xiaoqing with her big eyes. "Ahem. Let's have a meeting first," Liemo reminded. The 5 researchers then sat down at the conference table. Liemo took out a stack of confidentiality agreements from his briefcase and counted them. "There are still 5 people, right?" Then he distributed the agreements to the 5 people present, cleared his throat and said, "Since this project is quite special, everyone present needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Of course, you can choose not to sign it. It's not too late for those who don't sign to withdraw now. Many scientific research projects need to be kept confidential, so these researchers are not unfamiliar with confidentiality agreements. They have seen how powerful Liemo is, so they all signed their names on the confidentiality agreement obediently. According to the agreement, you cannot disclose any information about this project to the outside world. This includes your family and friends, as well as the leaders of the medical school," Liemo said. The female researcher raised her hand high, and Liemo nodded. "You say?" The female researcher raised her little face and asked, "Is Director Bei not okay?" Director Bei? From what she meant, she should be referring to the fat white director just now, whose surname is Bei. Director Bei is not okay either. There are a total of 7 people in our group, and I don't want the 8th person to know," Liemo said with a serious face. All the researchers nodded. In their minds, someone who could kill the laboratory veteran Liu right away and make Director Bei behave in a humble manner must be very well connected. Doing research with such a boss would definitely benefit a lot. Liemo was very satisfied with everyone's performance and said, "Now, everyone, tell me your name and the experimental techniques you are good at. I need to assign tasks according to your strength." The young man with glasses sitting in the front raised his hand and said, "My name is Zhao Fang, a doctoral student in biology. I can operate all the equipment in the laboratory, and I'm good at gel imaging systems." Then the young man with sparse hair opposite Zhao Fang raised his hand and said, "My name is Zhang Zuming, a doctoral student, and I'm good at measurement." Liemo looked at him more unconsciously. Although measurement is a basis of biological experiments, not many people can do it well. "My name is Zhang Feng, a doctoral student, good at experimental data analysis, and my undergraduate major is statistics." Another boy raised his hand and said. Finally, only the female researcher was left. She puffed her cheeks and raised her hand. "My name is Wang Qian. I'm a master's student, and I'm proficient in PCR quantitative detection." Proficient in PCR quantitative detection. Liemo couldn't help but stand up. This female researcher was actually proficient in PCR. You know, there is an order of magnitude difference between being good at and being proficient. Some people have been in the laboratory for a lifetime, but they dare not say they are proficient. But she can mix in this key laboratory as a master's student. I think there is something special about her. Biological laboratories never keep idle people. Liemo clapped his hands and turned his head to look at Xiaoqing, who had returned to her side. Zaya King nodded, indicating that the anti-eavesdropping device had been installed. Now I will introduce this project. He stood up and wrote 3 words ALS on the whiteboard behind him. The 5 researchers were immediately stunned. They all knew that ALS was recognized as an incurable disease in the world. This young new leader was actually preparing to carry out a project to study ALS. Zhang Zuming was the first to raise his hand and asked, researchally, ALS is a recognized incurable disease. Many large pharmaceutical companies in developed countries have achieved nothing after years of research. Can we succeed? Perhaps his words also represent the voice of the audience, and all eyes are on Liemo. Liemo smiled slightly. Do you know who I am? The researchers looked at each other. They stayed in the laboratory every day, dealing with bottles and jars. They rarely paid attention to information from the outside world. Liemo, who wanted to pretend to be a celebrity, seemed a little helpless. These nerds were too uncooperative. He reminded again, my surname is Lee, and I just turned 18 this year. Surname Lee, 18 years old? Wang Kan's eyes lit up all of a sudden. Wow. 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 You are Liemo, the first prize winner of the National Natural Science Award, she said excitedly. Hearing Wang Kan's words, these researchers all stood up. Sure enough, the power of celebrities is huge. Liemo can force them to work for him, but he can't get their sincerity. You are Liemo, why don't you look as handsome as on TV? Zhang Zuming asked puzzledly. During this period, Liemo's headshots appeared on TV quite a lot. Liemo scratched his head embarrassedly and replied, the ones on TV are all made up. Why am I not handsome in person? Zhang Zuming, who asked the question just now, quickly said, handsome, handsome, handsome. Boss, you are my idol. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.